was overpowered and locks inside Jay's room. But he, however, managed to use the same route to exit the building as well. Of course, he forgot his face cover. He had used face cover, but he had left it in the house. He had used the face cover while he was entering the building. However, in the commotion, he left that. He dropped that off in the residence, which is a piece of evidence that has been gathered by the Mumbai police. And then he exited that particular place using the same ducts and the same staircase. If you see in those CCTV visuals, we can see he was covered while he was entering, but there was no face cover while he was exiting. So yes, this is a crucial piece of evidence in terms of, what exactly transpired that evening. So the Mumbai police have managed to piece together the sequence of events, how he entered the building, how he saw the watchmen were asleep, and while exiting, he made sure that his shoes were off, and he had also dropped off his face cover, which is in a way helped Mumbai police, sort of identify him, because while exiting, his face could be seen, which is what led to, a lot of CCTVs being scanned around the area, around the city of Mumbai, and that's how they tracked his movement and finally managed to catch hold of him. So yes, as of now, recreation of the scene has happened. This is the sequence of events that exactly happened on that particular evening, as told by the accused. But now, more importantly, we also have 19 fingerprints that have been also found by the Mumbai police in the residence. So that is also another piece of evidence that can be used against this particular accused. Of course, all of these evidence have been sent for forensic, for corroboration, as well as for matching purposes. Now, very importantly, Saif Ali Khan's statement will also be recorded very soon, now that he's back in his residence.
Well, Saif Ali Khan's statement is likely to be recorded today, as my colleague Radhika Ramaswamy is sharing. But also, Radhika, police sources have actually revealed that this Bangladeshi national, who's currently in police custody, as you have been reporting as well, he entered India through Meghalaya about 7 months ago. There's some movement in West Bengal before he finally moved to Mumbai. What's the entire deal with that?
That's right. In fact, he entered Mumbai. First of all, he entered India via Meghalaya. He, in fact, swam through a river to enter Meghalaya, is what we are being told by the police. And then he managed to go to Calcutta and then to Mumbai. This is the sequence of, how he managed to get inside India. Of course, he does not have any valid documents, as far as the country, as far as India is concerned. The police managed to get some of the documents from Bangladesh, some of his school leaving certificate, as well as birth certificate, that led police to believe that he's a Bangladeshi national. He had no documents whatsoever in India, and he in fact managed to get a SIM card with the help of another individual who he met on the way when he was in India. Somewhere in West Bengal is where he had met another individual. Through him is where he got that SIM card. He managed to get that SIM card through the verification, through the identity of another individual from Bengal. So yes, he entered the country via Meghalaya. He swam from his country to Meghalaya and then went to West Bengal and then made his way to Mumbai. All this happening over a period of 6 to 7 months. As per police, he's been in Mumbai for the last 5 to 6 months, and he managed to, sort of work in those places which did not really require for him to furnish any identity proof or furnish any address proof, very importantly. So in those places, he managed to get some odd jobs. Of course, he was, employed with a housekeeping agency and in and certain other hospitality industry and so on. He worked in a few restaurants and eateries, and he was unemployed for a bit, but he was in desperate need for money, something police officials have confirmed to us, which led him to carry out this crime. Again, we don't know whether he knew this was Saif's residence or not, because he continues to maintain that he did not know this was a top actor's residence, but he was aware of the fact that the area belonged to, or rather was occupied by a lot of high-profile individuals, which is what led him to target that particular building.
Radhika, as always, thanks so much for joining us with the latest information you've accessed. As my colleague Radhika Ramaswamy is reporting, cops have pieced together the sequence of events. In fact, they have said that the intruders scaled the actor's compound wall. The staircase and the duct pipes were also used. Police officials have added that the accused entered via Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor Khan's son, Jay's bathroom, And the accused also took off his shoes to avoid any sort of commotion and noise and in order to not alarm anyone. And the accused escaped through the same duct is what Mumbai police officials have confirmed. With that, let's turn our attention now to battleground Delhi, where BJP candidate Parvesh Verma, who is up against Arvind Kejriwal from the seat of New Delhi Assembly constituency, has hit out at the Aam Aadmi Party boss, accusing him of misusing Punjab government machinery as far as the Delhi polls are concerned. Now, earlier, he had filed a complaint with the Election Commission and alleged that the Aam Aadmi Party has violated the poll code. He alleged that several Punjab-numbered vehicles can be seen in the New Delhi constituency. This too ahead of Republic Day, something he had flagged. But the Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann has reacted. He has said that it is very shameful that he has said this against Punjabis and any state's vehicles can enter the national capital. Just listen in to what BJP's Parvesh Verma had to say.
इलेक्शन कमीशन को मैं कहना चाहता हूं, आप ये नई दिल्ली विधानसभा की घेराबंदी कर लीजिए, नई दिल्ली विधानसभा की किलाबंदी कर लीजिए। पंजाब सरकार के सरकारी टीचर, पंजाब सरकार के डिपार्टमेंट में काम करने वाले सरकारी नौकर आज वो आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता बनकर यहां पे लोगों को भड़का रहे। क्या कोई सरकारी कर्मचारी पंजाब से आकर यहां पे दिल्ली के चुनाव में एक पार्टी के लिए काम कर सकता है क्या? ये मेरा सवाल है चुनाव आयोग से।
Tanushka Datta has been tracking all the finer details for us. She joins us live at the moment. Tanushka, now as the contest for the Delhi Assembly polls hots up, Parvesh Verma has accused Kejriwal of misusing official machinery from Punjab, apart from the whole Chinese CCTV cameras in the capital as well.
Right, precisely, Parveshwar, with only 2 weeks to go for the Delhi Assembly elections, and the contest has been very heated up, specifically between Parvesh Verma and Arvind Kejriwal of the Aam Aadmi Party, as they're contesting from the same seat of the New Delhi constituency. In latest, allegations and cross allegations between both the leaders in the parties, Parvesh Verma has raised questions as to why are there so many vehicles in Delhi with Punjab license plates, and why is there so much of influx of these vehicles here, and what are these vehicles being used for? These are the questions that Parvesh Verma has raised, raising compromise on security in the capital as well, also looking forward to Republic Day celebrations, which are just a few days away. In a response to this, of course, the Aam Aadmi Party has said that this is a disrespect on part of Parvesh Verma and the party at large to the Punjabi community, and has said that, and they've said that, the BJP is resorting to dirty politics at this point by bringing in a community and targeting a community that is, so populated in the capital as well. Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann has also gone on to say that it is really disrespectful, these statements coming in, and that they must apologize for these statements.
As always, Tanushka, thanks so much for joining us with that update. With that, let's turn our attention now to an NDTV special from Davos. Europe's largest and now Russian-occupied ZNPP power plant in war-torn Ukraine had been minutes or hours away a few times from a nuclear catastrophe. This is what the head of the Intergovernmental Forum for Scientific and Technical Cooperation in the nuclear field has told NDTV at the World Economic Forum in Davos. Rafael Mariano Grossi, the Director General of the nuclear watchdog International Atomic Energy Agency, which has a presence at the vast 6-reactor facility, told NDTV that the loss of cooling at the ZNPP could have led to a nuclear accident. Listen in.
The West Asia situation, fingers crossed, might be a little better now with the hostage situation improving, but there was a huge concern that missile barrages might end up resulting in something larger. Many in Israel say that Iran is building a nuclear weapon. Is it the IAEA's belief that that is the case?
No, we don't have any evidence that Iran is building a nuclear weapon. But at the same time, it is true that Iran has accumulated a vast amount of enriched uranium, very high level of enrichment, which makes it very, very close to weapon level grade. And on top of that, we have not been having the full cooperation of Iran in clarifying a few important things about past and perhaps present activities. I am fully engaged, I have to say. We are inspecting. The thing is that we are not inspecting at the levels or in all the places that we believe we should be inspecting. I had the opportunity to visit, I've been very frequently to Tehran, but this time I met with President Pezeshkian, with the foreign minister and others, and we are trying to improve the situation. Of course, now with the change of administration in the United States, there is an expectation that things may be moving again. We are going to be talking to all partners, as we always do, in trying to make or to bring more certainty to this very volatile situation in Iran.
Well, let's switch tracks now. Donald Trump has weighed in on the ongoing debate over the H-1B foreign guest workers visa, saying that he preferred both sides of the argument, while also noting that he liked very competent people coming into the United States. Trump weighing in on the debate comes as some of his close aides, including Tesla CEO Elon Musk, have actually voiced support for the H-1B visa program, as it allows qualified tech professionals to come to the US. As you know, the H-1B visas are temporary visas for highly skilled foreign nationals in the United States, and 72% of these visas are currently held by Indian nationals. Just listen in to what Donald Trump had to say.
President, there's been some debate within your orbit over whether or not to keep or eliminate H-1B visas. What's your position on that? Do you want to keep H-1Bs or do you want to get rid of them?
I like both sides of the argument, but I also like very competent people coming into our country, even if that involves them training and helping other people that may not have the qualifications they do. But I don't want to stop. And I'm not just talking about engineers. I'm talking about people at all levels. We want competent people coming into our country. And HB1, I know the program very well. I use the program. Maitre d's, wine, experts, even waiters, high quality waiters. You got to get the best people. Now, then you go into people like Larry, and he needs engineers, and Massa needs, and this gentleman needs engineers like nobody's ever needed engineers, right? So we have to have the quality people coming in now.
Meanwhile, Trump expressed disappointment with the last-minute pardons issued by his predecessor, Joe Biden, who preemptively protected relatives and some members of his administration seen as foes of the incoming commander-in-chief. Listen in.
Joe Biden gave a pardon yesterday to a lot of criminals. These are criminals that he gave a pardon to. And you should be asking that question. Why did he give a pardon to all of these people that committed crimes? Why did he give a pardon to the J6 Unselect Committee when they burned and destroyed all documents which showed that they did what was wrong, not me? Wait a minute. Why did they give a pardon to all of his relatives, his brother who made millions of dollars, to all these different people? He gave pardons. That's the question you should be answering. All right, go ahead. Yeah, please.
As always, news and updates continue right here on NDTV 24/7. We're slipping into a very short break for now.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge 50 Pro, world's first AI-powered pro-grade camera.
Higher reaches of the Kashmir Valley, including the tourist destinations of Gulmarg and Sonmarg, experienced fresh snowfall.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, a
festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip at the spiritual Sangam, a sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news, is here.
We are able to maintain the democratic fabric and the democratic system.
I want to do something that can make a difference.
लगातार जनता की आवाज को सरकार तक पहुंचाने का काम मैं करता हूं.
I was a student up until very recently. I really want to work and do something for my people because they have given me this opportunity. They have elected me.
सोचा नहीं था कि राज्यसभा सांसद बनूंगी.
Kind attention, please. Delhi Election Metro 2025 is arriving on people's platform. Please mind the gap. BJP or AAP, who will get to the Delhi Secretariat station?
दरवाजे बाईं तरफ खुलेंगे.
Who will Delhi voters open the victory doors for? And who will be shown the door? Can the BJP throw AAP's victory run off track? Or will it be Kejriwal's ticket to win again? Can Congress take the election metro to revival? We will track it all for you. Delhi's decision destination.
Doors will open on the left.
Stay tuned to NDTV for mega metro poll coverage.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip at the spiritual Sangam, a sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your...
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge 50 Pro, world's first AI-powered pro-grade camera.
Well, hello and welcome from the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. The World Economic Forum is an opportunity for leaders across the world, thinkers and so many others to reflect on some of the most pressing issues of the times. And let's face it, these are fairly difficult times. There's climate, which is a huge concern. There is conflict, which is going on. There are trade issues and economic issues. But there are also incredible opportunities, for example, artificial intelligence. We've got a very special, a wonderful guest with us, Geeta Gopinath. Great to have you with us once again, the first Deputy Managing Director of the IMF. I've gone through your latest report where you call it global growth divergent and uncertain, where you're saying that it's going to be 3.3% global growth both in 2025, 2026. That's below what the historical trend has been. What do you see as some of the primary headwinds impacting this?
Yeah, so Vishnu, first of all, a pleasure to join you. We see global growth holding steady at 3.3%, but as you mentioned, it's quite divergent. On the one hand, we see the US as quite strong.
Yeah.
We've been upgrading our forecasts. Well, on the other hand, Europe is somewhat weaker, and China also has its own challenges. Now, in terms of what countries need to do so that we have more balanced growth in the world, I think it's pretty country specific, and it's going to vary country by country. In the case of China, there's a lot more they need to do on the property sector, bringing up domestic demand. In Europe, they have to take actions to raise productivity, get growth going, and so on. So at the same time, there are a lot of developments on the external front when it comes to geopolitical tensions, trade policy in the world. And that's something that governments around the world will have to, deal with.
Right. Well, we were looking at, you've also obviously mentioned India. It is a very large growing economy, but your words are cautionary, I would say. Growth in India also slowed more than expected, led by a sharper than expected deceleration in industrial activity. A couple of years back, we were well above 7%. The target has always been 8% plus. What does India need to do to get back to those 8% plus levels?
Yeah. I mean, firstly, just to put things in perspective, India remains the fastest growing major economy in the world at 6.5%.
Yeah.
Now, the growth is lower than what we had initially expected, and that reflects the fact that in the second half of last year, 2024, we saw a slower start to public investment following the elections. Now, we expect that to bounce back, which is going to bring back some of the recovery. We're also seeing the rural sector consumption strengthening, which is something that we had expected that it would. But more generally, in terms of getting growth to higher levels on a more durable basis, I mean, India will have to continue to do some of the things it's doing, which is public infrastructure investment, keep at it, make sure that the timelines are met, improve the ease of doing business. Being able to buy and sell land should be an easier job than what it is right now, and plugging India back into the global supply chain in a much more stronger way, which will require cutting back some of the tariffs that they have, which are quite high. Yeah.
The target for India, of course, is to become a $10 trillion economy, to become developed, I think, by 2047. The first target of $10 trillion in terms of the Indian economy, do you believe that's achievable in the finite future?
For 2047 is a long way off.
Yes.
And the world is not remaining stationary. There's lots that happening.
Sure.
Again, it is one of those, it's a good aspiration to have, and it's going to take much bigger structural reforms than what we've seen in the last decade.
The United States you've also written about, you've said in the report that underlying demand remains robust in the United States, reflects the strong wealth effects, a less restrictive monetary policy stance. With the new Trump administration coming into power, do you see a real consolidation of the US economy?
So, firstly, I think the U.S. economy has been powering along for a few years now. U.S. consumers are spending at a very healthy pace. The labor market is strong. Productivity growth has been actually surprisingly very good in the U.S. Now, what will come in the next few years depends on the details of the new administration. President Trump has announced a range of measures. We're going to have to analyze it. They're on multiple fronts, in immigration, on trade. So it's a little premature to comment on how that would work. I think what we already see is a lot of positive sentiment in the U.S. The stock market is doing extremely well. And, you know, the U.S. is now the most popular destination for foreign direct investment. It's getting a lot of foreign capital coming in.
Yeah. Tariffs is something which, from the United States, it certainly concerns us in India as well. I was speaking to Nadir Godrej yesterday, where he said that, you know, in the field of agriculture, that could be an area of concern. With the new Trump administration, do you believe that tariffs could be, you know, problematic in terms of countries like India?
Again, it's going to depend on the details of how they decide what kinds of tariffs to impose, the magnitudes of these tariffs, and of course also we need to see the reaction of countries to it. Now, what we have seen in the past, of course, if there is a unbridled tariff war with countries imposing tariffs and retaliation, it does leave the world worse off. But for now, I think we should wait and see exactly what those tariffs may look like.
China, of course, the other huge economy, and you've written, and I quote, faster than expected net export growth only partly offset a faster than expected slowdown in consumption. What are the primary, how would you look at the China story? There is also the property market and stabilization of the property market. Has that been up to scratch or up to your expectations?
Yeah. Vishnu, in the case of China, domestic demand has remained weak. Consumer demand has remained weak, and that's one area where the Chinese government is focused on to try and bring back consumption spending. They've done a whole host of measures, including on the fiscal front and on monetary policy front, which is why we've upgraded the forecast for China for a little bit this year. But more is going to be needed to get money more into the hands of consumers so that they actually feel confident about spending it. In terms of dealing with unfinished homes that were sold previously, that is an issue that still needs tackling, because for a lot of Chinese, that's where their wealth is, and as long as you don't see them getting the homes that they paid for, that can be a very negative sentiment. So recognize that the government is doing a lot in terms of measures. More will be needed, more in terms of getting the private market economy also to be a bigger contributor, and also relying less on external demand and more on domestic demand.
Artificial intelligence, it's a huge theme over here. For the last couple of years at the World Economic Forum in Asia, there are all sorts of questions. Is it an enabler? Does it potentially take jobs? There is also the entire issue of equity and AI. So in the context of Asia, how do you see AI and growth?
Firstly, there's a lot of uncertainty still in terms of what AI will do for economies in the world. We have estimates of how much it can help in terms of raising productivity, and it's either 0.1 percentage point every year or 0.8 percentage point every year. Given that world growth is at 3% on average, if you get to 0.8, that's a large number, but we don't know that yet. And then, yes, of course, there are the labor market effects. So if you look at India, for example, our estimate is that about 26% of India's workforce is exposed to AI, but about 14% will benefit from AI, and the remaining 12% will have more of a displacing effect. So a lot depends upon what gets done in terms of building digital public infrastructure, skilling the workforce so that they can use the new technology that's there. And also you need to have an environment for innovation, starting businesses, all of that to be able to make use of this.
Geeta Gopinath, wonderful speaking to you. There you have it, Geeta Gopinath telling us about the overall international situation, why there are lower than expected, perhaps, historical growth numbers. The India story, India is a very large economy, but a lot more perhaps needs to be done to get back to those 8% growth levels. China, the United States, and of course artificial intelligence. I suspect that no one really knows where AI is headed going into the future. It's back to the studio. One of the key themes of the World Economic Forum year after year is the theme of inclusion. When we talk about inclusion, diversity is critical, but also the role of women. Smriti Irani is a leader who has done more for social inclusion, the rights of women, than perhaps any other leader in India in the last several years. And she is heading the Alliance for Global Good, Gender Equity and Equality. It's wonderful to speak to you. Stop right there, Rakesh, because I want to focus a little bit on We Lead. That's a lounge which she's been instrumental in setting up as part of the Alliance for Global Good, Gender Equity and Equality. So as we look at that, Smriti ji, let me ask you my first question, which is this. we keep talking about India's demographic dividend and the potential that it holds. That can never be achieved without the role of women, right?
I think for too long we have, as Indians and global narratives, focused on what we can do for India, what is happening currently in India. And I believe that time has come that we shift the narrative to Indians leading the global narrative on issues such as inclusion, climate change, health innovations for global good. Many a times people constrain us only to our geography, believing that we may be only experts on the Indian demography. So the lounge that you see here is not a lounge which is dedicated only to the cause of inclusion or to the energy of inclusion, limited to India. We are saying we've done this in India for the world, and we are taking our learnings to even internationally acclaimed establishments such as the World Bank, the United Nations, creating collaborations with organizations like the WHO, looking at budgets by policymakers, by global innovators and captains of industry globally with regards to how much of investment can come to women-owned businesses, how much of investment can come to companies that are dedicated, let's say, to health innovations and products to make the health of an individual woman better, and how to make sure that these products are more and more affordable.
There's a striking statistic that women own a third of the world's wealth. In the next 5 years, women will control 50% of the world's wealth. Tell us a little bit about that.
I think that currently the consumption capacity of women around the world is around $20 trillion. That is something that we never talk about. When the inclusion agenda, especially with regards to women, is spoken about, it is more philanthropic in nature. Right. It has to do more with violence, domestic or for that matter outside. My belief and my experience in the gender agenda is that the more you enhance the capital capacity of a woman, the more safer an environment you give her, both at home and at work. You cannot talk about just philanthropy, be emphatic in your rhetoric, and not put the money where the mouth is. So
but let's talk about the money. $12 trillion?
I talk about
by 2025, if gender equality is fully realized, there's a number to it. It's not just talk for the sake of talk.
To it, but how do you reach that number, correct? You are at Davos where there is conversation predominantly on the impact of AI and automation. Right. Now looking at if jobs are automated, 70% of the jobs that will go are jobs done by women, because most of the jobs of female professionals are at entry level. What happens to that big labor force that we have encouraged till now to become a part of global reality? How do they get displaced? What are the strategies of policymakers, of companies with regards to such human potential and capacity? The other part is that if you look around Davos, the conversation this year is on the next level of AI engagement. Till now, many Indians, or for that matter, global citizens, have looked at AI from a generative AI perspective, which means you give a prompt to a chat GPT, it tells you what to draft. It may give you a prompt on music, on art, but it doesn't help you manifest, let's say, a workflow. Right. Now, what happens when you have AI agents, which will now become the buzzword for 2025, which is a compounded methodology of AI? Right. Many people presume AI is the new buzzword. AI has been in existence since the 1950s. Now, AI agents will actually lead to a further displacement of talent. Are we ready for it? Because in low-income economies around the world, the internet reach is just 20, maximum 30%. Now, these are all issues that need a conversation around, because displaced people means jobs in terms of potential which are lessened, and job displacement impact economies and society at large. It will no longer be just a female problem. it'll be, a problem for global economies, especially the ones that are developing and haven't reached that standard yet of per capita income, which can be celebrated.
Smriti, one of the themes which you've spoken about for many, many years is the issue of the health of women, maternal health. And again, there's a number that you have now. Every dollar invested in maternal health yields a $30 return because of improved productivity and reduced mortality. Would you like to speak a little bit about that?
We will, as global economies, lose around $15 trillion by 2023 if we do not look at health innovations that will help at least maintain productivity of women. And these numbers, in fact, are alarming because we've never looked at the issue of productivity from a health perspective. Most people, when they get into a discussion about productivity, they look at only the skill set. Now, how much of productivity is debilitated because of lack of affordable health innovation, that is a conversation that is yet to start. So my effort will be to also keep a very, very clear focus on these aspects of productivity, of ensuring that there is more capital into health innovation, especially for women.
I just wanted you to reflect a little bit on something that we are doing in NDTV. As you know, we've got a Banega Swasth India campaign, and you talk about healthcare very, very closely. Just to let you know, we've got a bot which we've got out in 4 different languages where we are talking about the importance of hygiene. It's out of the World Economic Forum. Could you tell us about, when it comes to the rights of women and the welfare of women, hygiene is a critical issue?
I think that one of the biggest misconceptions is that women and health are issues which are not comparable till you look at either offtake from pharmaceutical companies or, for that matter, offtake with regards to innovations. If I contextualize what you're doing in hygiene, in the year 2011-12, subject to correction, possibly 2010, the World Bank came out with a report as to how lack of sanitation in India was costing a negative impact of 6% on our GDP.
Yes.
Now, those are not just rights based on women, their welfare and their protection. But if I do speak on that, one of the alarming things that one of the channels in India had brought out was rape and sexual assault on women in that time period was up to 40 to 43% only when they went out to defecate in the open.
That's right,
So I think that the issue of hygiene is not an issue of cleanliness alone. It has to do a lot with the economic loss to a company, to an economy. If these elements are not looked into, it is also an issue of female safety. It is also an issue of nutrition. So if you look at the issue, let's say, of diarrhea deaths, if you look at the issue of malnutrition, people believe that this has to do predominantly with what kind of food is being infused into the body politic. But the problem is that a lot of issues with regards to malnutrition can also find this first step of correction if we look into hygiene issues.
One final question. You've also done a lot for the rights of widows. Her Scale, Her Future, that was an initiative that you looked at. It empowered 1 lakh widows. Could you tell us a little bit about your inspiration for having done that and how has that worked out?
Today we have in India a case for 300 million women-based enterprises that have taken, let's say, mudra loans and serviced that loan back. The NP of women-owned businesses oscillates between 1.5 to 1.9%. For every dollar that is invested in women-owned businesses, research now says that the return from female-owned businesses is around 0.70 as compared to male-owned businesses, which is at 0.38. So there is a research-based evidence case for why women and capital should go hand in hand. The problem, Mr. Sharma, is that how many of us are focused on ensuring that women-owned businesses recognize their not only true potential, but recognize the new markets that they need to engage with, how to bring about a finesse in product design and marketing, how to present themselves, because many women are good as innovators, do not know how to transition between innovation and enterprise, or to retain the IP on their product or their company kidney control for that matter. My endeavor this year in India, along with CII, I'm also a strategic advisor to the Confederation of All India Small Traders, which is an amalgam of close to 8 crore small traders in India, is to make sure 100,000 women-owned businesses get that support from financial institutions, from organizations that can help enhance their marketing capacities, from product design, also how to use technology, because if you look at the latest report by BCG or Deloitte, adaptation of technology in women-owned businesses is alarmingly lower as compared to male-owned businesses. And with technology bringing about such a disruption through AI agents in 2025, the issue is how many of us in our country at the baseline are comfortable to understand how generative AI works, let alone how a compounded ecosystem of AI will work.
Smriti Irani, wonderful speaking to you as always. Smriti Irani speaking on a theme which I suspect is what she's most passionate about, the rights of women, the issues of inclusion, AI and empowerment, the rights of widows as well. It's a very large canvas, but it's certainly something that she's focusing on very closely this time around at the World Economic Forum. Hello and welcome to the best of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
For 2 decades, NDTV has been a window to the world's greatest thinkers, leaders, Nobel laureates and stars at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
From Bill Gates to Shakira to Randy Zuckerberg to top ministers to what is often the biggest story, India, a global economic powerhouse. Conversations around our greatest challenges, from AI to wars to sustainability. Join us, NDTV's Vishnu Shom and me, Neeraj Shah, as we engage with the world's finest. NDTV at Davos from January 20th to January 25th.
We are able to maintain the democratic fabric and the democratic system.
I want to do something that can make a difference.
लगातार जनता की आवाज को सरकार तक पहुंचाने का काम मैं करता हूं.
I was a student up until very recently. I really want to work and do something for my people because they have given me this opportunity. They have elected me.
सोचा नहीं था कि राज्यसभा सांसद बनूंगी.
Kind attention, please. Delhi Election Metro 2025 is arriving on People's Platform.
Please mind the gap.
BJP or AAP, who will get to the Delhi Secretariat station?
दरवाजे बाईं तरफ खुलेंगे.
Who will Delhi voters open the victory doors for? And who will be shown the door? Can the BJP throw AAP's victory run off track? Or will it be Kejriwal's ticket to win again? Can Congress take the election metro to revival? We will track it all for you. Delhi's decision destination.
Doors will open on the left.
Stay tuned to NDTV for mega metro poll coverage.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip and the spiritual sangam. a sacred confluence of faith, culture, and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news is here.
Hello and welcome to the best of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
For 2 decades, NDTV has been a window to the world's greatest thinkers, leaders, Nobel laureates and stars at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
From Bill Gates to Shakira to Randy Zuckerberg to top ministers to what is often the biggest story, India, a global economic powerhouse. Conversations around our greatest challenges from AI to wars to sustainability. Join us, NDTV's Vishnu Shom and me, Neeraj Shah, as we engage with the world's finest. NDTV at Davos from January 20th to January 25th.
We are able to maintain the democratic fabric and the democratic system.
I want to do something that can make a difference.
लगातार जनता की आवाज को सरकार तक पहुंचाने का काम मैं करता हूं।
I was a student up until very recently. I really want to work and do something for my people because they have given me this opportunity. They have elected me.
सोचा नहीं था कि राज्यसभा सांसद बनूंगी।
Kind attention, please. Delhi Election Metro 2025 is arriving on People's Platform.
Please mind the gap.
BJP or AAP, who will get to the Delhi Secretariat station?
दरवाजे बाईं तरफ खुलेंगे.
Who will Delhi voters open the victory doors for? And who will be shown the door? Can the BJP throw AAP's victory run off track? Or will it be Kejriwal's ticket to win again? Can Congress take the election metro to revival? We will track it all for you. Delhi's decision destination.
Doors will open on the left.
Stay tuned to NDTV for mega metro poll coverage.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip at the spiritual sangam.
In the Saif Ali stabbing case. It is the actor who is going to give a statement to the Mumbai police, and that is expected soon. And the probe picks up pace with the cops piecing together the sequence of events that took place, with 19 fingerprints that have been found in the actor's house, along with the face cover. This cover that you see on your screens while he's climbing the stairs, that is the cover that fell off during the scuffle with the actor, and that has been recovered by the police. BJP's campaign blitz in Delhi, and top BJP leaders will be here in the national capital for the next 10 days in the run-up to the elections in the national capital on the 5th of February. Union ministers to lead rallies, including Amit Shah, JP Nadda. They will be holding dozens of rallies, and of course the Prime Minister himself. It's the southern states versus the centre on UGC, with the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister batting for the state's rise. This is MK Stalin, who's gone on to say that the Chief Minister must be the Chancellor of the universities. And nuclear watchdog chief on Iran, a new concern, says it's hard to inspect all Iran nuke sites and the inspectors are not cooperating. Trump sharpens the tariff warning as far as China is concerned. 10% tariff on Chinese goods as early as February 1st is what Donald Trump is saying. A very good morning. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Divya Wadhwa. Let's get you the latest in the Saif Ali Khan stabbing case, where the police are piecing together all the evidence in order to make it a watertight case. So do remember that the Mumbai police had taken the attacker to the residence of the actor as early as 5:30 in the morning on this is on Tuesday. Well, the cops have now gathered more evidence, including 19 fingerprints. The Mumbai police have also recovered a headscarf that was used by Saif Ali Khan's attacker, which came off and got left behind in the scuffle during the recreation of the crime scene. So that cloth that has now been recovered from the actor's son's room, and the cops have in fact sent that cloth for investigation. And the Mumbai police there are piecing together all kind of evidence, and the actor is expected to be making a statement with the police. So let's just listen in to the details coming in from our reporters on the ground. We have Radhika Ramaswamy joining us, as well as we have Anuj joining us. Anuj from right outside the Mumbai police station. Anuj, when we talk about the actor, during that scuffle, there was that headscarf that we saw that the attacker was using in order to perhaps conceal his identity while taking the staircase up to the residence of the actor. That came off, and that will be very, very crucial in regard to perhaps DNA testing, of any sort of DNA that could have been found on that cloth.
When the police recreated the scene yesterday, one of the important developments that they made there was to discover or locate as many as 19 fingerprints of the prime accused on multiple items at the home, in the house, right? And that is going to be very crucial when they will, when they will be producing this individual in court on the 24th of this month. Secondly, we also saw that these items which have been found and which have been sent for forensic testing, they will surely help strengthen the case if, of course, as you're saying, the DNA tests match. But more importantly, all eyes will be on the statement of Saif Ali Khan that will be recorded by the police in the coming days. Of course, he was, he was let go of from the hospital. He was discharged in the late afternoon yesterday, which is why, one can say that police can give him a day or two before recording his statement. But we also saw yesterday that he was in a very healthy position, right? He was very fit, and it seems that he can talk and is ready to give a statement to the police. So it will be interesting to see when exactly does the police approach him for the statement, because that will help them not just get more details as far as the events on the 16th of January are concerned, but also corroborate the statements given by other individuals, right? What were the things that he said while attacking Saif remains to be seen, because we do have a few theories floating at the moment, right? About one being about his ailing mother, about him desperately needing 50,000 rupees to help his ailing mother, so that he could get rid of his unemployment employment and go back to his home country, or was he there, not to steal but with some other intentions? A lot of these things can become clear if, Saif Ali Khan's statements, is substantial for the police. Now, we've seen that there has been, some really important steps being taken by the police, but then that doesn't really mean that, we've received, all the clarity on this particular matter that we would have wanted to. Right, the CCTV camera footage that we got was on the 6th floor because it was the CCTV camera wasn't there on the 12th and the 11th floor. These are the floors where Saif Ali Khan, has his own houses. Right, what was the part of his, of his attire that has been taken into possession by the police? Is it the cap? And what importance does that hold further in the investigation will become clear in the next couple of days before the accused is presented on the court on the 24th of January.
Right, Anush, we also have Radhika with us. Radhika, the actor spent the night at his own residence, at his own house after being in the hospital for 5 to 6 days. How soon before the actor can speak with the police and record that statement that Anush was saying perhaps could take another day or two?
It could be. We don't have an official confirmation as to when the Mumbai police will record actor Saif Ali Khan's statement. It may happen today, it may happen tomorrow, or it may happen day after. But more importantly, after the recreation of scene that happened yesterday, the Mumbai police have managed to gather, exactly what happened on that day. They've been able to piece together the sequence of events of that fateful night. How the attacker, in fact, went inside the residence. He saw that the watchmen, the security guards were asleep, and he also saw that there was no CCTV on that particular corridor of that particular building. So therefore, he scaled the walls and went inside, took the staircase and then climbed through the ducts and reached Jay's room. Jay's bathroom is where he reached, and then, of course, the confrontation attack took place with Saif Ali Khan as well as nannies, after which he confessed that he was locked inside Jay's bedroom. However, he managed to exit the same way he came. He managed to exit through the ducts, through the pipes, and then the staircase, and then left. But while leaving, he forgot his face cover, which is why the CCTV, while entering, shows him covered. While exiting, there is no cover, which sort of helped the Mumbai police because his face was visible, which is what led to CCTV tracking across the area and in other areas of Mumbai. So that's what exactly transpired on that fateful evening. We also know that 19 fingerprints have been found in the residence of Saif Ali Khan. That is going to be crucial to establish that it was indeed this particular accused, Shehzad, who had entered Saif Ali Khan's residence. So besides that, many other evidence being really taken from that particular place, there is a possibility that the Mumbai police would be visiting the residence time and again now that Saif Ali Khan is in the house. But more importantly, there is all this talk about international connections, that he got help from another person. However, what we've been given to understand is that it is out of desperation for money that he targeted Saif Ali Khan's residence. He did not know that Saif Ali Khan lived there, but he knew some high-profile individuals lived, which is what led him to sort of carry out this attempted robbery. So yes, Saif Ali Khan's statement pending, more evidence to be corroborated as far as this entire case is concerned.
Right, Radhika and Anush, thank you so much for joining us. We will keep coming back to you for the latest as far as the investigation is concerned. Do remember that the police have 5 days custody of the attacker, and that custody that was given late on Saturday, early Sunday morning. So a big question as far as the investigation is concerned, and that huge statement that the Mumbai police will need in order to corroborate the facts that are being stated by the attacker, if that is exactly what happened or not. So all eyes on that statement that is expected from the actor, and we don't really know when that is going to happen, but that is expected to happen soon. Now, in the run-up to the elections here in the national capital, is BJP candidate Parvesh Verma, who's up against Arvind Kejriwal from the seat of the New Delhi constituency, has hit out at the Aam Aadmi Party, accusing Arvind Kejriwal of misusing as far as, he has gone ahead and said that there are too many vehicles on the road in the national capital which have the number plate of Punjab. So he has filed a complaint with the Election Commission of India alleging that the Aam Aadmi Party has gone ahead and violated the poll code. This, he has gone on to allege that those several Punjab number plates that can be seen here in the national capital, and that too just ahead of Republic Day, raising concerns as to the safety and security. Now, the Punjab Chief Minister has reacted, saying how is it that Punjabis are a threat? He has, in fact, not taken very well to that statement and said that why is it that people from any other state cannot enter the national capital?
मैंने दिल्ली पुलिस को और इलेक्शन कमीशन को शिकायत करी कि पिछले एक हफ्ते में हज़ारों संख्या की तादाद में पंजाब की गाड़ियां दिल्ली में आई हैं। उनमें वहां के आम आदमी पार्टी के मुख्यमंत्री, मंत्री, विधायक आए हैं। अगर वो केवल प्रचार करने के लिए आते तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, क्योंकि वो कार्यकर्ता अपनी पार्टी का प्रचार करने आ सकते हैं, मगर वो आकर यहाँ के वोटर्स को इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे जो है चाइनीज़ कंपनी के सीसीटीवी कैमरा दे रहे हैं। जो भी शराब पॉलिसी में उन्होंने पंजाब से पैसा कमाया है, वो सारे शराब माफियाओं का पैसा दिल्ली में बांटा जा रहा है। यहाँ के दिल्ली के पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल के ऊपर और यहाँ के पंजाब के मुख्यमंत्री भगवंत मान के ऊपर मैं 100 करोड़ रुपए का मानहानि का मुकदमा दर्ज करने जा रहा हूँ।
Parvesh Verma there, citing concerns regarding the CCTV that is being used in the national capital, saying those are all Chinese-made CCTV cameras that have been fitted. He's, attacking the Aam Aadmi Party, saying that the, poll code, the code as far as the poll is concerned has been violated, and that is because they are seeing a lot of number of Punjabi number plates. These are, number plates belonging to the state of Punjab, and that is what is Parvesh Verma there, in his fresh attack against the Aam Aadmi Party in the run-up to the elections that are going to be taking place here in the national capital on the 5th of February. Do remember, counting is going to take place on the 8th of February. So, it is a three-cornered election between the BJP, the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, with the BJP there constantly in a war of words or a poster war with the Aam Aadmi Party, attacking the Aam Aadmi Party on multiple fronts, including now for the vehicles that are entering the national capital. My colleague Tanushka joining us. Tanushka, take us to the very latest, as in, in regard to even the CCTV cameras and, that they are Chinese made, is a problem that the BJP seems to be having with the Aam Aadmi Party.
Well, in a fresh bout of, claims and cross allegations, we've just, had and heard Delhi Chief Minister Atashi in this press conference addressing an array of issues that Aam Aadmi Party claims. I'm currently being joined by Priyanka Kakkar. She is the Chief National Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Ma'am, we're also hearing right now from Delhi Police. The Delhi Police has written a letter to Punjab Police stating that they need to be informed beforehand about the influx of these, battery of Punjab ministers and MPs and MLAs coming into the national capital, and that they're not following protocol. So such a letter has been written from Delhi Special Commissioner to Punjab Police. What is your, considering we have this entire cross allegation happening on the Punjabi community between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, what is your understanding of this letter that has been written now?
If such a letter has been written, it is very unfortunate that the BJP is using the Delhi police to meet its political ends, to create pressure on its political opponents. It's very unfortunate the kind of language that the BJP has used for Punjabis, especially Parvesh Verma ji, who said that he thinks that they're a threat to the country. This is extremely unfortunate to be giving such bayans during election time, especially. It is you're trying to create communal disharmony as always, which is a BJP pattern. I think Parvesh Verma should sincerely apologize. Amit Shah ji should sincerely apologize to the Punjabi community, because Punjabi community is somebody which has sacrificed a lot for this country, which has sacrificed a lot to build Delhi. This is not acceptable, because BJP on one end could do nothing to prevent the entry of, say, Rohingyas or Bangladeshi Ghuspetiyas who even reached Saif Ali Khan's house and attacked him. They don't see a problem there. They could not prevent that. They don't see a khatra there. But they fear a khatra from the Punjabi community. This is
what we also, want to understand from you, like, just now Delhi Chief Minister Atashi also said in her press conference with respect to Ramesh Biduri's remarks and the allegations that she's made of threats that he has meted out to Aam Aadmi Party counterparts at this point. And even yesterday, Atashi wrote a letter. Can we expect the Aam Aadmi Party to go up to the Election Commission again with respect to these, complaints with respect to Ramesh Biduri?
See, I think there is so much that is visible to the naked eye too. For example, when Parvesh Verma was distributing committing all the illegalities which are for all to see, or say Ramesh Biduriji, who has constantly used very derogatory language, especially for women and minorities. All of this is very visible to the naked eye also. It is unfortunate that our investigation agencies choose to turn a blind eye to such blatant violation of laws constantly. I think the best response to them would be from the public through their vote, that because the Delhi public does not like such abusive, corrupt, immoral people, and I'm quite certain that the Delhi public will teach them a lesson.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am. So that was Priyanka Kakkar, Chief National Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, talking to us about two major issues at this point that the Aam Aadmi Party is raising. First, of course, being about the comments and the remarks made by by Parvesh Verma of the BJP on the Punjabi community, and they're outright saying that Amit Shah needs to at this point come about and apologize for these remarks. And the second main issue being that of Ramesh Biduri's offensive remarks and comments with respect to women and minorities.
Right. Thank you so much, Tanishka, for joining us with those details. Let's just get you the latest when it comes to the run-up to the elections, and now it is the BJP's campaign blitz here in the national capital. So top BJP leaders to camp in Delhi over the next 10 days. There's going to be intense campaigning that has been planned in the run-up to the elections, and this basically means that there are going to be multiple rallies that are going to be held, including from the Prime Minister there will be holding those rallies as well, and of course also we have JP Nadda, Amit Shah, all who will be holding rallies in the run-up to the elections here in the national capital. So the BJP there, of course, that campaigning blitz when it comes to the elections here in Delhi. Of course, do remember that in the elections last time around, the BJP didn't do well at all. It's the Aam Aadmi Party that's been doing well over the last two elections. And before that, it was the Congress Party that had been winning over the last 15 years. So between the last 15 years prior to the Aam Aadmi Party was the Congress Party. So the BJP there really, trying hard to win the voter here in the national capital, making many promises, and those promises yesterday, they came out with their second list of manifesto, which really had, a lot of things that were being promised, especially to the auto rickshaw driver, free education to the scheduled caste, provisions being made to the needy. They were talking about from the nursery all the way to PG. They were talking about, education being made free to those who need free education. Also in regard to the insurance that would be given, an insurance cover to the auto drivers, appealing to the common man here in the national capital. Vasudha joining us. Vasudha, take us through what is really planned over the next few days, given the fact that, this is now, the last 2 weeks when it comes, less than 2 weeks to the elections here in Delhi.
Absolutely, Divya. The battle for Delhi has intensified now, and this time the BJP has put forth an image of the party that it is really not willing to get defeated. It's been trying for the last 27 years to come to power in Delhi, and this time, if you see, it's a Home Minister who, as usual, has also taken charge, and there's a team of at least 25 people who are working very closely with him, and this includes a core team, people that he has always trusted, be it senior ministers like Piyush Goyal, Dharmendra Pradhan, Bhupendra Yadav, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Mansukh Mandavia, and BJP general secretaries like Vinod Tavade, Sunil Bansal, and even some very known and efficient MPs like Arvind Dharmapuri or Surendra Nagar, who was also seen as someone who played an important role in Haryana elections. So these people have been roped in. They've all been given two constituencies each. There are about 20 of them, so there are 80 constituencies. So one of them, some of them also have just one, and they all are. They meet every day and they sort of exchange sort of feedback, and there is outreach to smaller castes, a model that was adopted very seriously by the party after the Maharashtra and Haryana elections. And they're working very closely with the organizational leaders, with the ground level leaders to get the ground game up to the mark when it comes to Aam Aadmi Party's organizational strength. So clearly there is a lot of micromanagement happening, outreach to communities happening, and that is going to intensify the next few days. Amit Shah starts his campaign from 28th is what we hear after the Republic Day, and Prime Minister himself has already done 2 rallies. He will be doing 3 3 more. So clearly, there's going to be a lot of excitement, and all top leaders of the BJP for the next 2 weeks will also be in Delhi, will be stationed in Delhi, helping the party in micromanagement, gathering feedback, making outreach to different communities, holding these small meetings in Jhuggi Jhopadis, and most importantly, also setting the party's narrative.
Right. Thank you so much, Vasudha, for those details. Breaking news coming in is the Delhi police that has asked the police in Punjab in order to inform them well in advance as regard to the movement and the security details of leaders that are coming in from Punjab to Delhi. This after we just heard Parvesh Verma raise that issue that many number plates are being seen from the state of Punjab in the national capital. So that is the police in Delhi raising that issue following reports that VIPs from Punjab are not following protocols to inform the local police as far as their movement in the national capital is concerned. So the Delhi police there raising that issue with the police in the state of Punjab, and questioning the timing of this given the fact that the Republic Day celebrations will be held here in the national capital, and this really could be a security threat is what Parvesh Verma has gone on to say. So now the police are here in Delhi taking action, asking the police in Punjab to keep them in the loop in regard to the movements of the VIPs coming into the national capital. Gurpreet joining us. Gurpreet, take us through all the details of what really is happening here in regard to the situation which is being raked up by Parvesh Verma just in the run-up to the elections, talking about why are there so many number plates belonging to the state of Punjab that are being seen here in the national capital.
Well, we have seen all the leaders, most of the leaders from Aam Aadmi Party, they are camping in national capital for the campaigning for the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi elections. We have seen in the wake of Republic Day, Delhi police has already written a letter to the DGP Punjab saying that a lot of VIP movements there which is happening there, but that has not given any information to the local police, that is Delhi police, and there is a security threat in wake of this Republic Day, and there is mandatory for all these VIPs to give update to the local police so that the proper security arrangement had been made by the local authorities. Now we have seen the DGP Punjab has already written to all the personal assistants of all the VVIPs so that they will give the detail of the moment when they are going to Delhi and where they are going to camp. As of now, what we have seen and what we have learned that most of the leaders they are already camping in national capital and holding a campaign for Aam Aadmi Party, and most of the VVIP they are already given a security cover to all these people, and we have seen a lot of people they are moving there. So in wake of Republic Day, this letter has been written by the Delhi police to the Punjab police so that they will be able to get the detail, and at this point of time this has become one of the major political issue in national capital where the elections are going to happen. So let's see that how and what type of precautions are going to be taken by both the police, whether it's the Delhi police or Punjab police, and what type of action they are going to take if the lot of moments and if some VVIPs from Punjab they are not going to update to the local police. Back to studio.
Right. So SOPs are not being followed is the charge that the Delhi police is making against VIPs from Punjab. Take us through the guidelines that have been issued in regard to this matter, and basically the cops here asking the ministers in Punjab to really follow the guidelines of the ECI.
Well, a very clear word has been written from the Delhi police to Director General of Punjab saying that there is no protocol which is being followed as per the guidelines which has been laid for the security cover for the VVIPs. They are supposed to inform the local authority, and that the information has not been given to the Delhi police, and that is one of the core concern why Delhi police has written a letter to the Punjab police and specifically to Director General of Punjab police so that proper information should be given. If they are not going to follow the protocol, action will be taken against them. But now what we have seen, even the Director General of Punjab Police, he has already written a letter to all the personal assistant of all the VVIP that they should prior give information to all the local police as well as to the Delhi police so that proper arrangement should be made. So main core issue which the Delhi police has already highlighting, they are saying a lot of VVIP movements had been observed in the national capital but no information had been given to the local police. It seems they are not following the protocol properly, and they are supposed to follow this protocol, and that is what we have learned from the Director General of Police Office, that a letter has been written to all the personal assistants so that the proper information should be given, and there should not be any security breach during this campaigning which is happening in National Capital. At the same time, in wake of Republic Day, we have seen a lot of arrangement and lot of security has already been beefed up. So keeping in view for all these things, this letter has been written from Delhi Police to Director General of Punjab Police. Back to studio.
Right, thank you so much, Gurpreet, for getting us all those details. We will keep coming back to you for more on that. Moving on now, let's just get you the latest in regard to the southern states versus the centre when it comes to the UGC rules. Now it is MK Stalin who's pushing for that withdrawal of the UGC draft, with the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister there batting for the rights as far as the states are concerned. MK Stalin is saying that the Chief Minister must be the Chancellor of the universities. The states must really have the full power when it comes to the universities, and has in fact promised to continue a legal fight. It is the Chief Minister who's calling the draft impractical and burdensome, and has urged state assemblies to oppose. So, this is basically in his letter that he's written to the Education Minister, asking and arguing against conducting those entrance examinations for the admission to undergraduate and postgraduate courses, the multi-entry and multiple exit systems, cross-disciplinary teachers amongst others. So that is something, that demand that is going to continue. Of course, this is something, the Chief Minister has been saying, and of course, before MK Stalin, it was Pinarayi Vijayan who also has been echoing similar sentiments regarding the UGC.
கல்வி சட்டன செலவுக்காக 1000 கோடி ரூபாய் ஒதுக்கீடு செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கு. 1000 கோடி ரூபாய் செலவில் காமராஜர் கல்லூரி மேம்பாட்டு திட்டம் செயல்படுத்தப்பட்டு வருது. 150 கோடி ரூபாய் செலவில் உயர்கல்வி நிறுவனங்களை டிஜிட்டல் முறையில் ஒருங்கிணைந்த கற்றல் மேலாண்மை அமைய உருவாக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு. மாணவர்களுக்கான தொழில்திறன் மேம்பாட்டு திட்டம், முதலமைச்சரின் ஆராய்ச்சி மானிய திட்டம், முதலமைச்சரின் ஆராய்ச்சி ஊக்கத்தொகை திட்டம், உங்களை தேடி கல்வி திட்டம், இப்படி என்னால் சொல்லிக்கொண்டே இருக்க முடியும். இந்த திட்டங்களால் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு உயர்கல்வி தரமும் அடிப்படை கட்டமைப்பு வசதிகளும் மேம்படுத்தப்பட்டு கொண்டிருக்கிறது. அதனால்தான் இன்று இந்தியாவிலேயே அதிக அளவிலான அரசு பல்கலைக்கழகங்களை உள்ள மாநிலமாக, 500க்கும் மேற்பட்ட தரம் வாய்ந்த பொறியியல் கல்லூரி இருக்கக்கூடிய மாநிலமாக, அதிக அளவிலான மருத்துவக் கல்லூரிகள் இருக்கக்கூடிய மாநிலமாக, புகழ்பெற்ற 100 உயர்கல்வி நிறுவனங்களில் 31 உயர்கல்வி நிறுவனங்கள் இருக்கக்கூடிய மாநிலமாக இன்றைக்கு நம்முடைய தமிழ்நாடு விளங்கி கொண்டிருக்கிறது. உயர்கல்வி மாணவர் சேர்க்கையில் தேசிய சராசரியை விட 2 மடங்கு அதிகமாக 49 விழுக்காடு பெற்று இந்திய அளவில் தமிழ்நாடு முதலிடம் பெற்றிருக்கு. இப்படி உயர்கல்வியில் உன்னதமான இடத்தை தமிழ்நாடு பெற்று இருக்கிறது என்றால், அதனால தான் பல்கலைக்கழகங்களின் நிர்வாகம் மாநில அரசோட முழு கட்டுப்பாட்டில் இருக்கணும். வேந்தர் பதவியில் மக்களால் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட முதலமைச்சர் இருக்கணும்னு நம்ம சொல்கிறோம். பள்ளி முதல் உயர்கல்வி வரை ஒவ்வொரு மாணவருக்கும் பார்த்து பார்த்து திட்டங்களை உருவாக்கி செலவு செய்வது மாநில அரசு.
Right, to know more on this, my colleague Sam Daniel is joining us. Sam, we just heard MK Stalin there saying that it should be the Chief Minister who should really be the chancellor of the universities and have really the full power when it comes to these universities. Take us through, the other states that are also following suit, and of course it was Pinarayi Vijayan who was the, before MK Stalin, who has been, speaking on similar lines.
So far, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, Divya, have been vociferously opposing the UGC's draft regulations, which aim to bring about drastic changes in the way the vice chancellors are appointed, also to implement entrance tests for both undergraduate and postgraduate admissions, for which MK Stalin, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, has vehemently opposed, saying that if this comes into effect, the state universities would lose their autonomy, and this would also undermine the federal structure across India. And he says, while the state government spends all its resources, pays salaries for faculty and develops universities, how can a central government nominated governor can take all control over universities? He says that's unacceptable, and he puts forward a strong case for elected chief ministers to be the chancellors of state universities in all these states. And he gives out data how the existing model in Tamil Nadu has enhanced the quality of education in Tamil Nadu besides enforcing social justice. He gives data that Tamil Nadu has the highest number of medical colleges, more than 500 engineering colleges, and the state also has 31 of the top 100 NIRF ranked colleges and universities. And the UGC trying to take control of all these things and giving them to the governor as chancellors, he says, is unacceptable. And already Tamil Nadu Assembly has passed bills twice to make chief ministers as chancellors, to clip the powers of the governor chancellor in that sense. But after a long tug of war, the Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi has forwarded these or referred these bills to the president, which again has gone to the court saying that the governor ought to have immediately accepted when these bills were passed twice. And the larger picture, of course, is the tug of war between Raj Bhavans and elected governments, particularly in opposition-ruled states like Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Kerala and West Bengal. Right. It's in this context this particular issue becomes important. While the BJP denies the allegations that governors are being used to take control of universities, they argue that the centre is trying to improve the quality of education. Number two, also to check the system of capitation fee and corruption when it comes to appointment of vice chancellors. And they deny it's an attempt to take control of the universities across the country, particularly in states run by the opposition.
Right, stay with us for our next story as well, and this is in regard to spurious liquor, a unit that has been busted in Chennai. So 4 people have been arrested and the investigation is underway. We're talking about over 200 litres of spurious liquor that has been seized. Sam, what details do you have for us?
Well, Divya, the Enforcement Bureau of the Crime Investigation Department in Chennai, they had first arrested a few people traveling on an auto rickshaw from who they had secured 50 litres of spurious Indian-made foreign liquor. And based on the information they gave on interrogation, police landed up at a house at Kudungayur in the northern part of Chennai, where they found a spurious Indian-made foreign liquor manufacturing unit being operated. From there, they secured at least 200 litres of illicit Indian-made foreign liquor, besides equipment and instruments used to bottle and cork these illicit liquor bottles. The modus operandi appears to be to get liquor from neighbouring Puducherry and also from Haryana, and then use some kind of an essence to blend with them and to manufacture illicit Indian-made foreign liquor and supply these bottles to events across Chennai, to parties and other such events. Is this a tip of the iceberg, or is it a new racket which police were able to track in the very beginning stage? At the moment, investigation is underway. So far, 4 people have been arrested, and this comes months after the illicit liquor tragedy that killed more than 60 people in the Kallakurichi district of Tamil Nadu, Divya. And of course, that was a case of industrial methanol being served as liquor for those communities. But the larger picture, illicit liquor, and this time the police have averted any kind of a tragedy by busting this racket.
Right, so I have very interesting details there of how this liquor was being transported in an auto rickshaw, and that really led to the ED to reach this place where this liquor was being manufactured and being bottled. Thank you so much, Sam, for getting us those details. With that, we're slipping in a very short break. Back with a whole lot more on the other side.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge 50 Pro, world's first AI-powered pro-grade camera.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news, is here.
Hello and welcome to the best of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
For 2 decades, NDTV has been a window to the world's greatest thinkers, leaders, Nobel laureates and stars at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
From Bill Gates to Shakira to Randy Zuckerberg to top ministers to what is often the biggest story, India, a global economic powerhouse. Conversations around our greatest challenges, from AI to wars to sustainability. Join us, NDTV's Vishnu Shom and me, Neeraj Shah, as we engage with the world's finest. NDTV at Davos from January 20th to January 25th.
We are able to maintain the democratic fabric and the democratic system.
I want to do something that can make a difference.
लगातार जनता की आवाज को सरकार तक पहुंचाने का काम मैं करता हूं.
I was a student up until very recently. I really want to work and do something for my people because they have given me this opportunity. They have elected me.
सोचा नहीं था कि राज्यसभा सांसद बनूंगी.
Kind attention, please. Delhi Election Metro 2025 is arriving on People's Platform.
Please mind the gap.
BJP or AAP, who will get to the Delhi Secretariat station?
दरवाजे बाईं तरफ खुलेंगे.
Who will Delhi voters open the victory doors for? And who will be shown the door? Can the BJP throw AAP's victory run off track? Or will it be Kejriwal's ticket to win again? Can Congress take the election metro to revival? We will track it all for you. Delhi's decision destination.
Doors will open on the left.
Stay tuned to NDTV for mega metro poll coverage.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip at the spiritual Sangam, a sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India.
Breaking news coming in regard to actor Saif Ali Khan's attack case. It is the Mumbai police that has reached the residence of Saif Ali Khan. Do remember that the police had recreated the crime scene at 5:30 in the morning with the help of the attacker in order to know what really happened, how did he get inside. And of course, from what we're hearing is that the guards at that Sadhguru Sharan building complex were asleep, and that is how he managed to go past them and managed to get inside. Here, visuals on your screen. These
Right, I am standing outside Sadhguru Sharan building, which is Saif Ali Khan's residence. Of course, Saif Ali Khan has come here. In fact, post his discharge, he's been staying here, of course, and this is the place where the attack and the attempted robbery happened. And just moments ago, a team of police officials left from here. In fact, they've been here for the last, they had been here for the last half an hour, again scanning this entire area and perhaps questioning the family members as well. We did see them enter the premises and perhaps question the family members. There were at least a team of 4 to 5 police officials who were at the spot. Just a few minutes back, they have left the spot. In fact, we can expect a team of police officials, to come to the premises now and then as Saif Ali Khan is with his family right here. Now, of course, sequence of events is something that the police has been able to confirm after the recreation of scene has happened. In fact, recreation of scene happened not just once but twice. One yesterday early morning and another last night. Yesterday early morning, of course, sequence was recreated, or rather the recreation of the entire episode happened here. And then, of course, around surrounding areas as well. The accused was taken to other areas surrounding this particular building where he fled to after leaving this particular place. Of course, police has been able to confirm that he had in fact jumped over the wall of this building from behind and then taken the staircase, and then through the ducts he entered Jay's bathroom to be specific. And then, of course, the attack happened and then the confrontation happened. He was locked inside, but he managed to exit this particular building the way he entered the premises. But he did leave, some of the stuff inside, including his head cover. We can see in the CCTV that when he entered the building, he had a face cover, but when he exited, there was no face cover because in that confrontation, it fell off, and that is something that he had left as a piece of evidence, a crucial one. And then, of course, 16 fingerprints have been found by the Mumbai police as far as this accused is concerned. Of course, examination and scanning, forensic examination of these fingerprints is happening as we speak. But very importantly, investigations underway, investigation progressing at a fast-paced manner. We did see a team of Mumbai police officials here. Saif Ali Khan's questioning or recording of statement is going to be important, and that will happen very soon. When that is, that remains to be seen.
Right, the big question is when can the police, connect their dots with what really the attacker is saying and what really happened, because for that, the actor will have to give a statement and, record his statement in regard to what really happened on that unfortunate night when the attacker got inside the residence. And Radhika, thank you for, the big question in everyone's mind, of course, was how did he break the lock and get inside the house? And now we do know that he scaled the wall and got in through the ducts and, managed to reach the child's room. And that is the exact same way that he took to, get out of the building. But this time around, of course, he was caught on CCTV camera because that headscarf, that covering of his face, that came off during the scuffle that he left behind at the residence of the actor. And that is something that has been said for forensic investigation. Of course, DNA analysis will establish, the case even further. Let's just get you some international news now, and this is in regard to US President Donald Trump, who has hinted at possible additional sanctions on Russia if President Putin refuses to negotiate. Speaking to reporters, Donald Trump criticized the Biden administration, claiming that the war in Ukraine would not have happened under his watch. That is what Trump had to say, and of course he is now, totally clamping down on the situation when it comes to the war between Russia and Ukraine, and saying that, it is Vladimir Putin who needs to negotiate in regard to bring an end to this war.
In Ukraine, if Vladimir Putin doesn't come to the table to negotiate with you, will you put additional sanctions on Russia?
Sounds likely.
And do you think that the war should be frozen currently?
The war should have never started. If you had a competent president, which you didn't, the war wouldn't have happened. The war in Ukraine would have never happened if I were president. But that couldn't happen because the election was rigged.
Yeah, my colleague Ghazali joining us to get us more on this. Ghazali, from earlier Donald Trump saying that he could end the war in one phone call in a day's time, to now he is definitely coming down heavy as far as Russia is concerned. Making major statements that the war wouldn't have happened had it been under his watch.
See, Trump is a master on sending mixed signals. He's criticizing Biden for starting the war or aiding Ukraine with providing military and other support. And that is why he blames Biden for prolonging this war. On the other hand, he's also sort of threatening what you call that carrot and stick approach with Russia. On one side, he's saying we will also put sanctions on Russia. In previous statements in the last couple of days, he has also hinted that Putin is not doing very well in the war, or he might not be liking the outcome of the ongoing war. And that is why he'll also pressurize him to get onto the negotiation table with Mr. Zelensky. But he's also criticizing Putin for continuing the war. So now it's time for action. Mr. Trump has maintained this line throughout his campaign that if I get to power within 24 hours, I'll get this war to end. But obviously, nobody would believe that, because his own advisors, who are his personal advisors in the administration, now hint that perhaps it will take 100 more days to get both sides on the table. And he also goes on to say that how Mr. Biden has hidden the numbers of the, managed to hide the numbers of the war casualty. So all in all, he's criticizing his predecessor for prolonging the war, for aiding Zelensky, but he's also sort of criticizing Russia for also stretching this war.
Right, mixed signals there, of course, and also gone on to say that, he got on really well when it came to Putin, and that he's hoping that he would want to make a deal. That is how he's ended that conversation, while, coming down quite heavily when it comes to Russia and his stance as far as the Ukraine war is concerned. Let's just get you more international news. And the Quad nations, India, the United States, Australia and Japan, have reaffirmed their commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific, sending a clear message to China. Meeting in Washington, D.C., the leaders have pledged to oppose any unilateral attempts to alter the status quo through, this is the thorough force, as well as they prepare for the leaders summit in India that's going to be taking place later this year. Meanwhile, Trump administration is discussing that 10% penalty on Chinese imports. Now, also at Davos, International Atomic Energy Watchdog Chief has spoken with my colleague Vishnu Som about the situation in Ukraine and how they've been hours away from a nuclear accident in Ukraine. He's also spoken about the situation in Iran that's very, very close to weapon-level uranium production. But when it comes to India, he's spoken about Indian nuclear reactors being absolutely safe. Listen in to this interview with my colleague Vishnu Som.
You've seen the Indo-US civil nuclear deal very, very closely. It, in a sense, underpins the strategic relationship between India and America, but it's not really been realized in terms of nuclear reactors being built in India because of the liability clause. In the last few days of the Biden administration, there was a sense that America was trying to push some of their own laws to ensure that there would be a greater understanding between nuclear firms to perhaps build in India. Do you believe that the road has been set, or the path has been set, to see more American nuclear reactors in India?
Well, it's a good question for my Indian and my American friends. What I can say from my perspective is that the Indian civil nuclear program is one of the biggest, more diverse in the world, with local build, also imports. I mean, India has every technology and masters every technology in a very good way. And I believe that with the current expansion and interest in nuclear energy that we are seeing, we are in a better position, perhaps in the best position ever, to see that those levels of cooperation, trade between the United States and India grow even more. I'm optimistic in this sense.
India has a fast breeder nuclear reactor program. Many say that the technology is fairly advanced. There is a great deal of hope that it would succeed. What are your thoughts on it, and how safe are India's nuclear reactors?
Absolutely safe, I would say. India applies to its civilian nuclear program, the one I see, the highest levels of internationally agreed and IAEA established nuclear safety standards and security guidance. We interact with the Indian nuclear establishment very, very frequently, and so we can see that that is the case. In terms of the technologies, including fast breeders, there is a lot of, there's an array of technologies there. Fast breeding technology has been available for some time, and if India so decides, it could be an interesting add-on to its fleet.
India has a moratorium on testing. After we did our tests during the Pokhran tests, Pakistan followed. But there's always a concern, given the volatile neighborhood, what if China were to test again, or what if Pakistan were to test again? Would India therefore be in its rights to perhaps test as well?
Our position, of course, and the position in the international community is that we should move towards a general ban on nuclear testing. So we hope there won't be a need for further testing, neither in the subcontinent nor elsewhere.
India, as a responsible nuclear power, has always felt that we need to be or should be a part of the nuclear suppliers group. Do you believe that that needs to take place?
Well, you know, I myself, I have been president of the nuclear suppliers group 2 terms, and I interacted very actively in trying to bring this to an equitable solution, including other countries that had similar aspirations. Why I say this? Because I consider that all those who are key actors in the nuclear industry should participate in schemes that provide for reliability, credibility in the nuclear industry worldwide. So it's for my successors in those positions to see what can be done. But my interactions, including with Foreign Minister Jaishankar, were extremely useful. We were very close at that time to a good outcome. Of course, there is a bigger, wider political scene which enters into consideration when it comes to that.
But in your personal opinion, as somebody who's been in this field for so long, India should be a member of the NSG, the Nuclear Suppliers Group?
I think this is for their members to decide. And I, as head of the IAEA, which includes members of the NSG and others who are not members of the NSG, perhaps I should be prudent in what I say. At the same time, as I said, I believe that all relevant actors, and India is a global player in nuclear and in any other activity, human activity, they should be part of the system and the pillars of the system, including the energy.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge 50 Pro, world's first AI-powered pro-grade camera.
The high reaches of the Kashmir Valley, including the tourist destinations of Gulmarg and Sonmarg, experienced fresh snowfall.
Hello and welcome to the best of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
For 2 decades, NDTV has been a window to the world's greatest thinkers, leaders, Nobel laureates and stars at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
From Bill Gates to Shakira to Randy Zuckerberg to top ministers to what is often the biggest story, India, a global economic powerhouse. Conversations around our greatest challenges, from AI to wars to sustainability. Join us, NDTV's Vishnu Shom and me, Neeraj Shah, as we engage with the world's finest. NDTV at Davos from January 20th to January 25th.
We are able to maintain the democratic fabric and the democratic system.
I want to do something that can make a difference.
लगातार जनता की आवाज को सरकार तक पहुंचाने का काम मैं करता हूं.
I was a student up until very recently. I really want to work and do something for my people because they have given me this opportunity. They have elected me.
सोचा नहीं था कि राज्यसभा सांसद बनूंगी.
Kind attention, please. Delhi Election Metro 2025 is arriving on People's Platform.
Please mind the gap.
BJP or AAP, who will get to the Delhi Secretariat station?
दरवाजे बाईं तरफ खुलेंगे.
Who will Delhi voters open the victory doors for? And who will be shown the door? Can the BJP throw AAP's victory run off track? Or will it be Kejriwal's ticket to win again? Can Congress take the election metro to revival? We will track it all for you. Delhi's decision destination.
Doors will open on the left.
Stay tuned to NDTV for mega metro poll coverage.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, a festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip at the spiritual Sangam, a sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news, is here.
Hello and welcome to the best of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
For 2 decades, NDTV has been a window to the world's greatest thinkers, leaders, Nobel laureates and stars at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
From Bill Gates to Shakira to Randy Zuckerberg to top ministers to what is often the biggest story, India, a global economic powerhouse. Conversations around our greatest challenges, from AI to wars to sustainability. Join us, NDTV's Vishnu Shom and me, Neeraj Shah, as we engage with the world's finest. NDTV at Davos from January 20th to January 25th.
We are able to maintain the democratic fabric and the democratic system.
I want to do something that can make a difference.
लगातार जनता की आवाज को सरकार तक पहुंचाने का काम मैं करता हूं.
I was a student up until very recently. I really want to work and do something for my people because they have given me this opportunity. They have elected me.
सोचा नहीं था कि राज्यसभा सांसद बनूंगी.
Kind attention, please. Delhi Election Metro 2025 is arriving on People's Platform.
Please mind the gap.
BJP or AAP, who will get to the Delhi Secretariat station?
दरवाजे बाईं तरफ खुलेंगे.
Who will Delhi voters open the victory doors for? And who will be shown the door? Can the BJP throw AAP's victory run off track? Or will it be Kejriwal's ticket to win again? Can Congress take the election metro to revival? We will track it all for you. Delhi's decision destination.
Doors will open on the left.
Stay tuned to NDTV for mega metro poll coverage.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh.
Punjab VIPs in Delhi give security jitters. Delhi cops write to Punjab police, say need route details of all the VIPs coming from Punjab. Punjab cops shoot letter to ministers, ask them to follow ECI guidelines. Southern states versus centre on UGC row continues. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister bats for states' rights. Stalin says CM must be Chancellor of Universities. Nuclear watchdog chief on Iran nuke concerns. IAEA chief says hard to inspect all Iran nuke sites. Trump sharpens tariff warning to China. 10% tariff on Chinese goods as early as on Feb 1 can be limited. And viewers, fight for Delhi election turns bitter day by day. A battery of Punjab ministers, MLAs and rank and file of Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab campaigning in the national capital for the high-stakes assembly polls are giving security jitters. Well, Delhi police officers have now asked their Punjab counterparts to inform them well in advance about the movement and security details of leaders from the northern state. Delhi police raised the issue following reports that VIPs from Punjab are not following due protocols to inform the local police about their movements in the national capital and are seen. Meanwhile, former Delhi Chief Minister and AAP convener Arvind Kejriwal is addressing and is shortly releasing the AAP Manifesto for middle class. Take a look.
मिडिल क्लास और सरकार का एक बड़ा अजीब रिश्ता है। मिडिल क्लास के लिए ये लोग कुछ करते तो नहीं है, लेकिन जब जब सरकार को इनकी जरूरत पड़ती है तब तब मिडिल क्लास के ऊपर सरकार हथियार चला देती है, चाकू चला देती है। और ये हथियार है टैक्स। लाखों करोड़ों की संख्या में मिडिल क्लास टैक्स भर भर के देता है देश चलाने के लिए, लेकिन बदले में मिडिल क्लास को क्या मिलता है? कुछ नहीं। भारत का मिडिल क्लास सरकार का सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक एटीएम बन के रह गया है। सच बात तो ये है, द इंडियन मिडिल क्लास इज विक्टिम ऑफ टैक्स टेररिज्म। आखिर ये मिडिल क्लास कौन है? टीचर हैं, डॉक्टर हैं, आईटी प्रोफेशनल्स हैं, इंजीनियर्स हैं, अकाउंटेंट हैं, बैंकर हैं, दुकानदार हैं, लॉयर्स हैं। इन जैसे हजारों सामान्य लोग जो मिलके हमारा देश चलाते हैं, ये मिडिल क्लास है। और इन सब के मतलब मिडिल क्लास के क्या सपने होते हैं? उनके कोई बहुत बड़े सपने नहीं है। वो अपने लिए एक अच्छी नौकरी या बिजनेस चाहते हैं, एक अपना घर चाहते हैं, बच्चों के लिए अच्छी शिक्षा चाहते हैं। ये सब चाहते हैं कि उनका परिवार हमेशा स्वस्थ रहे, सुरक्षित रहे। इन सब को पूरा करने के लिए एक आम आदमी, एक मिडिल क्लास का आदमी अपनी पूरी जिंदगी दिन रात मेहनत करता है और बस यही उम्मीद करता है कि उसे सरकार से कुछ थोड़ी सी मदद मिल जाए। लेकिन सच क्या है? आज अधिकतर सरकारें ना उनके लिए अच्छे स्कूल बना रही हैं, ना उनके लिए अच्छे अस्पताल बना रही है, ना उनको रोजगार दे पा रही है और ना उन्हें सुरक्षा दे पा रही है, ना क्राइम को कंट्रोल कर पा रही है। सच्चाई है कि इस वर्ग को सबसे ज्यादा हमारे देश में परेशान किया जाता है और कोई देश नहीं है जहां मिडिल क्लास को इतना परेशान किया जाता हो। आपको पता है, अगर एक मिडिल क्लास परिवार साल में 10-12 लाख रुपए कमाता है तो इनकम टैक्स, जीएसटी, टोल टैक्स, एजुकेशन सेस, सेल्स टैक्स, प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स, कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स, सर्विस टैक्स, रजिस्ट्रेशन टैक्स, कैपिटल गेन टैक्स वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह, ये सारे टैक्स मिला के एक मिडिल क्लास की 50% से ज्यादा आमदनी केवल और केवल सरकार को टैक्स देने में चली जाती है। अब तो दूध पे भी टैक्स लगता है, दही पे भी टैक्स लगता है, पॉपकॉर्न पे भी टैक्स लगता है, यहां तक कि पूजा के सामान पे भी टैक्स भरना पड़ता है। घर लेना हो तो टैक्स, घर बेचना हो तो टैक्स, गाड़ी खरीदो तो टैक्स, गाड़ी बेचो तो टैक्स, बच्चों को अच्छी शिक्षा देनी हो तो पहले प्राइवेट स्कूल की महंगी फीस की मार, और उसके ऊपर अच्छे कॉलेज भेजने के लिए एजुकेशन लोग और उसकी ईएमआई पे डबल मार। जीते जी टैक्स तो देना ही पड़ता है, लेकिन अब तो सरकार ने ऐसी हालत कर दी है कि मरने के बाद भी टैक्स देना पड़ता है। और इस टैक्स टेररिज्म के बीच मजाल की वो अपने सपने पूरे करने की कोशिश करे। सच्चाई ये है कि आज एक यंग मिडिल क्लास कपल, शादीशुदा कपल, उसके लिए फैमिली प्लानिंग एक फाइनेंशियल डिसीजन बन गया है। जब वो बच्चा पैदा करते हैं तो पहले सोचते हैं, उनके मन में सब, क्या हम इस बच्चे की परवरिश अफोर्ड कर पाएंगे? कहां पहुंच गया हमारा समाज? यही सब परेशानियों की वजह से बहुत से लोग देश छोड़ के जा रहे हैं। 2020 में 85,000 भारतीय देश छोड़ के विदेश चले गए, और 3 साल बाद 2023 का आंकड़ा दिखाता है कि 3 गुना, यानी कि 2,16,219 लोग देश छोड़ के चले गए। ये हमारे ही देश के लिए बहुत बड़ा नुकसान और दुख की बात है, क्योंकि ये युवा जो हमारे देश का भविष्य बन सकता था, आज किसी और देश का भविष्य बन रहा है। अब ये समस्या है, लेकिन इसका समाधान क्या है? सरकार के पास पैसा जनता से आता है। अब इस पैसे को खर्च करने के 2 ही तरीके हैं। या तो सरकार इस पैसे को जनता की भलाई पे खर्च करे, शिक्षा पे, स्वास्थ्य पे, ऐसी बेहद जरूरी बुनियादी सुविधाएं बेहतर करे, लोगों का जीवन बेहतर करे, और या फिर दूसरा तरीका है कि अपने उद्योगपति दोस्तों को कर्ज दे दे और थोड़े दिन में वो कर्ज माफ कर दे, जनता के पैसे डुबो दे। हमारी दिल्ली सरकार ने पहला तरीका चुना। हम जनता के पैसे जनता पे खर्च करते हैं। मेरा मानना है कि मिडिल क्लास सिर्फ शिक्षा से ही आगे बढ़ सकता है, इसलिए हमने सरकार बनते ही एजुकेशन का बजट 5,000 करोड़ से सीधा 10,000 करोड़ कर दिया, और आज ये बजट 16,000 करोड़ पे पहुंच गया, हमारा दिल्ली का शिक्षा बजट। हमने सरकारी स्कूलों को इतना बेहतर बना दिया, इतना बेहतर बना दिया, ये स्कूल आज इतने अच्छे हो गए कि 4 लाख बच्चे प्राइवेट स्कूल छोड़ के सरकारी स्कूल में आ गए। अब बहुत बड़े स्तर पे मिडिल क्लास लोग अपने बच्चों को यहाँ सरकारी स्कूल में भर्ती करा रहे हैं। क्या पहले कभी आपने सुना था कि कोई बच्चा प्राइवेट स्कूल छोड़ के सरकारी स्कूल में जाता है? और इतना ही नहीं, हमने प्राइवेट स्कूलों को फीस बढ़ाने पे कैप लगा दी, और हजारों बच्चों को उनकी सालों पुरानी फीस रिफंड करवाई है दिल्ली के अंदर। जो पिछले सालों में उन्होंने गलत फीस ले ली थी, कई स्कूलों से हमने फीस रिफंड कराई है। क्या आपने कभी एक आम आदमी को स्कूल के फीस का रिफंड मिलते हुए सुना है? तो आप ही बताइए, क्या हमने आप ही के टैक्स के पैसे शिक्षा में इन्वेस्ट करके, शिक्षा का बजट बढ़ा के, स्कूल बेहतर करके, प्राइवेट स्कूलों की फीस पे कैप लगा के, क्या हमने कोई गुनाह किया है? हमने मिडिल क्लास को महंगाई की मार से बचाने के लिए बिजली और पानी के बिल कम कर दिए। आज देश के सभी बड़े शहरों में सबसे सस्ती बिजली दिल्ली वालों को मिलती है। और इतना ही नहीं, हमने आपके टैक्स का पैसा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में इन्वेस्ट करके पूरी दिल्ली में बिजली की सप्लाई 24 घंटे कर दी, जबकि 10 साल पहले दिल्ली में 8 से 10 घंटे के पावर कट लगते थे। ये करके मिडिल क्लास को अगर हमने थोड़ी सी राहत पहुंचाई है, तो क्या हमने कोई गुनाह किया है? हमने सरकारी अस्पताल बेहतर बनाए, सरकारी अस्पताल से रेफर होकर प्राइवेट अस्पताल जाने वालों की सारी सर्जरी फ्री कर दी। आपको जान के ताज्जुब होगा कि हमारे मोहल्ला क्लिनिक की सबसे ज्यादा डिमांड दिल्ली के मिडिल क्लास इलाकों से आती है। तो क्या आपके टैक्स के पैसों से अच्छे अस्पताल और अच्छे मोहल्ला क्लिनिक बना के एक आम आदमी को अच्छा इलाज करके हमने कोई गुनाह किया है क्या? अब इस मिडिल क्लास के अंदर भी एक वर्ग है जिनके बारे में सरकार ने कभी नहीं सोचा, वो है हमारे सीनियर सिटीजन। सीनियर सिटीजन्स ने, हमारे बुजुर्गों ने पूरी जिंदगी ईमानदारी से टैक्स भरा। मोटे मोटे तौर पे देखें तो एक एवरेज मिडिल क्लास का आदमी रिटायर होते होते कम से कम अपनी पूरी जिंदगी में 1 से 1.5 करोड़ रुपए का टैक्स तो दे ही देता है। इसके बदले में उसको क्या मिलता है? भगवान ना करे उसको कोई बड़ी बीमारी हो जाए, ना उसको इंश्योरेंस कंपनी कुछ देती, ना सरकार उसका हाथ पकड़ती। इसलिए आने वाले चुनाव के बाद हम दिल्ली में संजीवनी योजना लागू कर रहे हैं। इस योजना के तहत 60 साल से ऊपर के सभी सीनियर सिटीजन्स को सरकारी और प्राइवेट अस्पताल में बिल्कुल फ्री इलाज मिलेगा। तो आप बताइए, अगर आपके टैक्स के पैसे से आपके घर के बुजुर्गों को ही नहीं, पूरी दिल्ली के हर बुजुर्ग को अच्छा इलाज मिल जाए, तो क्या हमने कोई गुनाह किया है क्या? कभी सोचा आपने? जब यही चीज दूसरे देशों की सरकारें करती है तो हम वाह वाह करते हैं। यूरोप, लंदन, पेरिस, वो लोग करते हैं तो हम वाह वाह करते हैं, लेकिन हमारे देश में हम सब इसके खिलाफ बोलते हैं। ऐसा क्यों होता है? इसका कारण है कि सरकार ने मिडिल क्लास को एक तरह से मानसिक गुलाम बना दिया है। जब आपका ही टैक्स में दिया हुआ पैसा आपके ऊपर खर्च होता है या समाज पे खर्च होता है, तो उसको फ्री की रेवड़ी कह के आपका अपमान किया जाता है। हाँ, ये बात तो सच है कि आपके पैसों से बहुत सारे गरीबों को भी बिजली पानी मुफ्त मिलती है, बस ट्रैवल मुफ्त मिलता है। आप सोचते होंगे मेरे पैसे से किसी और पे ये क्यों लगाया जा रहा है, लेकिन आज मैं आपसे कहना चाहता हूं, इसका जवाब मुझसे बेहतर आपके माता पिता देंगे। आज हमारे जो छोटे छोटे शहरों में मिडिल क्लास है ना, इनमें से 99% के माता पिता गरीब थे। उन्होंने अपने खून पसीने की कमाई से गरीबी से मिडिल क्लास तक पहुंचने का सफर तय किया है। उनसे पूछ के देखना, उनको सरकार अगर थोड़ी सी मदद दे देती, उनको सरकार से थोड़ी मदद मिल जाती, थोड़ी सहूलियत मिल जाती, तो उन बचाए हुए पैसों को जोड़ के वो क्या क्या कर सकते थे। मुझे यकीन है कि उनका जवाब ये होता कि वो पैसा वो अपने बच्चों के भविष्य के लिए संवारते, यानी आपकी जिंदगी बेहतर करने में लगाते आपके माता पिता। इसी तरह जब जनता का पैसा जनता पे खर्च होता है, तभी देश का निर्माण होता है। लेकिन ताज्जुब की बात यह है कि करोड़ों की तनख्वाह पाने वाले, लाखों की गाड़ियों में घूमने वाले, महंगे महंगे सूट पहनने वाले पत्रकार, एयर कंडीशन स्टूडियो में बैठ के मिडिल क्लास को मिलने वाली छोटी छोटी राहतों पे सवाल उठाते हैं। बड़े बड़े सरकारी कोठियों में रहने वाले नेताओं को आप ही के पैसों से फ्री बिजली मिलती है, आप ही के पैसे से फ्री पानी मिलता है, आप ही के पैसे से ऐशो आराम की सारी सुविधाएं मिलती है, तब उसे फ्री की रेवड़ी नहीं कहते। हमने दिल्ली में मिडिल क्लास को राहत देने की पूरी कोशिश की और आगे भी हम करते रहेंगे। मिडिल क्लास को ऊपर पहुंचाने में कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ेंगे, उनको राहत देने में कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ेंगे। और आज हम केंद्र सरकार से भी ये अपील करते हैं कि हमारे देश के असली सुपर पावर भारत के मिडिल क्लास को पहचाने। आज मैं ये ऐलान करता हूं कि मैं और आम आदमी पार्टी सड़क से लेके संसद तक मिडिल क्लास की आवाज बनेंगे, उनकी आवाज उठाएंगे, उनके मुद्दों को उठाएंगे। आज से 2 हफ्ते के बाद देश का अगला बजट आने वाला है। इस लोकसभा के सत्र में आम आदमी पार्टी के सांसद मिडिल क्लास के मुद्दे संसद में उठाएंगे। मिडिल क्लास की आवाज की गूंज सुनी जाएगी। मांग करते हैं कि देश का अगला बजट मिडिल क्लास को समर्पित हो। आज मैं केंद्र सरकार से 7 डिमांड कर रहा हूं, 7 पॉइंट डिमांड्स मिडिल क्लास की तरफ से। पहला, शिक्षा का बजट 2% से बढ़ा के 10% किया जाए, प्राइवेट स्कूलों की फीस पे लगाम लगाई जाए पूरे देश में। दूसरा, उच्च शिक्षा के लिए, हायर एजुकेशन के लिए सब्सिडी और स्कॉलरशिप्स दी जाएं। तीसरा, हेल्थ का बजट भी बढ़ा के 10% किया जाए और हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस से टैक्स हटाया जाए। चौथा, इनकम टैक्स की छूट की सीमा को 7 लाख से बढ़ा के कम से कम 10 लाख किया जाए। पांचवा, एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज के ऊपर, आवश्यक वस्तुओं के ऊपर से जीएसटी खत्म किया जाए। छठा, सीनियर सिटीजन्स के लिए मजबूत रिटायरमेंट प्लान और पेंशन की योजनाएं बनाई जाएं और देश भर में सभी सरकारी और प्राइवेट अस्पतालों में सीनियर सिटीजन्स को मुफ्त और अच्छा इलाज दिया जाए। और सातवां, बुजुर्गों को पहले रेलवे में 50% कंसेशन मिलता था जो बंद कर दिया गया, उसे दोबारा चालू किया जाए। ये है हमारा मिडिल क्लास का मैनिफेस्टो। अगर आप हमारे मिडिल क्लास मैनिफेस्टो से सहमत हैं तो हमारी वेबसाइट middleclassmanifesto.com पर साइन करें और आप अपनी भी आवाज केंद्र सरकार तक पहुंचाएं। अगर देश का पूरा मिडिल क्लास एक साथ एकजुट होकर अपनी आवाज उठाएगा तो सरकार की हिम्मत नहीं है कि वो आपकी आवाज ना सुने। सरकार
That was former Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal listing what the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi has done for the middle class. Remember, the big chunk of voters in Delhi comes from middle class, and hence this is the attempt to woo the voters in Delhi in the Feb 5 elections. Now, Aam Aadmi Party chief has listed the steps taken by the government in Delhi, including reducing power and water bills, providing good education in government schools. Hence, he says that many people have opted government schools instead of private schools in the national capital. Also, he raised that the Aam Aadmi Party has focused more on education, hence raising the budget. He also listed 7 demands from the centre that are: first demand is that control private school fees. He says there is a menace of private schools increasing their fees. Hence, this is one demand that has always come from the middle class section of the society, where they complain of higher fees in schools. Then he says remove GST from essential commodities. The third demand that Aam Aadmi Party has made from the government is that there should be free healthcare for all citizens, senior citizens in Delhi. Remember the Sanjeevani scheme that the Aam Aadmi Party chief has just briefed, that will be implemented if the Aam Aadmi Party wins the election. He says that under this scheme, under the Sanjeevani schemes, people above the age of 60 will get free healthcare benefits, and hence the Aam Aadmi Party says that they are the only party which are thinking about the middle class section. He also slammed the centre for not providing any relief to the middle class, including when the budget is about to announce in February, where all eyes will be on what the government also is planning for the middle class in this budget. However, the Aam Aadmi Party chief says that centre has failed to appease and reduce the burden of middle class, as the middle class is only paying taxes. 50% of earning of middle class goes to the taxes. That's what Arvind Kejriwal is saying. Arvind Kejriwal also highlights that the plight of middle class is not being understood by the government in centre and also other parties. It is only the Aam Aadmi Party which Arvind Kejriwal says is thinking about the middle class. Hence, this part of the manifesto that was released by Arvind Kejriwal is only focusing on the middle class. He also slammed the freebie culture that is often used against the party by the opposition. Remember, the BJP and the Congress come down heavily on Aam Aadmi Party, saying that the Aam Aadmi Party is resorting to freebie culture and is not helping in generating revenue in the national capital by providing so many freebies. Arvind Kejriwal has hit back on that allegation and said that this is not providing freebies but helping the middle class of the society. Remember, Arvind Kejriwal has time and again gave several benefits to middle class people, including reduction of water and power bills and giving 200 units of electricity free. He has now advised and promised that even the tenants in Delhi will get free units of electricity up to 200 if the Aam Aadmi Party comes to power. We also have Tanushka joining me on the phone on the broadcast here. Tanushka, we just heard Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal listing several benefits that the Aam Aadmi Party is providing.
Precisely, Aditi, we have, a 7-point middle class manifesto that has been announced by the Aam Aadmi Party national convener Arvind Kejriwal just now, and he stressed upon working for the middle class, working for the Aam Aadmi, which he believes is the most neglected section of people in not just the country, in the city, but also not featuring in the manifestos of the parties. So the 7-point middle class manifesto that we have at this point, the first thing he starts off with is education. He asks for the education budget to be increased from 2% to 7%. Second thing being private school fees should be capped at a certain limit, which means that it should not be allowed to go above a certain limit. The third point being that scholarships should be given out for students who want to pursue higher education as well.
R.P. Singh, the spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mr. R.P. Singh, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. NDTV. How do you respond to the allegations that are leveled by Aam Aadmi Party chief? He says that the BJP and other parties are not thinking about the middle class, and hence it is the Aam Aadmi Party which is planning all the reliefs and giving aids to the middle class.
What relief has he given to the middle class? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what he promised earlier. He promised Wi-Fi earlier. Is Wi-Fi free today? Remember that all that big ads that Wi-Fi free. Where is Wi-Fi free today? He promised about that he'll ensure that the water is good and pure and it's free for every household who consume it till 20,000 litre, and no middle class use it more than 20,000 litre. So where is water free? I mean, water, every household has a RO at their residence, and also that he himself admitted on various TV channels saying that he couldn't provide for the fresh, good water, potable drinking water through tap. He's admitted that. And what he's talking about education. Every year, more than 150,000 students are dropped out from 9th and 11th just to prove their result of 10th and 12th. And what was the future of those 1.5 lakh children who were dropped out from 9th and 11th? So what he's talking is all rubbish, because he is trying to befool people. But paap ki handi ek bar do bar chadti hai, bar bar nahi chadti. People are through with him, through with his false promises and fake promises.
But sir, Aam Aadmi Party chief also says that they provided better relief, including reducing the water and power bills. That's what he's highlighting. He also says that Aam Aadmi Party raised budget on education, hence giving better education in government schools. We seem to have lost the line with RP Singh, but Tanushka continues to stay with me. Tanushka, how do you think the BJP will react to the demands that have been put up by the Aam Aadmi Party chief?
Well, that of course remains to be seen. Let us quickly run by the demands first of all, and the middle class manifesto. Aam Aadmi Party chief here has also talked about the health budget to be increased, the health tax to be removed, and he also calls for essential commodities tax to be removed at altogether. What he also mentions is that the income tax, bracket should be increased from 7 lakhs to 10 lakhs, and senior citizens need to, the policies and the schemes for them need to be revised, need to be looked into again, and they should be getting free health care. And they used to earlier, he also mentions that senior citizens earlier used to get a 50% concession in their rail tickets and their rail journeys, which no longer happens. So that 50% concession should be brought back. Now, how the BJP, of course, reacts to this manifesto is yet to be seen. The BJP itself came out with its second part manifesto yesterday, wherein they also talk about meeting out. It was a more student-focused and education-focused manifesto in their second part. Remember, in the first manifesto they released, it focused more on women voters, and the second one focused more on giving concessions and scholarships to students. Now, with this middle-class manifesto that has come about from the Aam Aadmi Party, we'll see if, the BJP comes up with a similar counter-attack or not.
Right. Tanushka, stay with me. We also have more news coming in from the Delhi, where BJP candidate Parvesh Verma, who is up against Arvind Kejriwal from the seat of New Delhi, has hit out at Arvind Kejriwal, accusing him of misusing Punjab government's machinery in Delhi polls. Earlier, he had filed a complaint with the Election Commission and alleged that Aam Aadmi Party has violated poll code. He alleged that several Punjab-numbered vehicles can be seen in New Delhi constituency, this too ahead of Republic Day. Punjab CM Bhagwant Mann has also reacted to this, saying that it is very shameful remark against Punjabis, and asked if Punjabis are a threat to the nation's security. Sample the political reactions coming in.
केजरीवाल के पास में सिवाय हम सबको जातियों में, धर्मों में बांटने के अलावा उसके पास में कोई काम ही नहीं बचा। ये सारे काम पहले अंग्रेज और मुगल करते थे, आज वो अरविंद केजरीवाल कर रहा है। अगर मैंने ये कल इलेक्शन कमीशन में शिकायत करी है, मैंने दिल्ली पुलिस को शिकायत करी है कि मेरे यहाँ पे नई दिल्ली विधानसभा में पंजाब सरकार के एमएलए सारी गाड़ियों के ऊपर में हज़ारों गाड़ियाँ आ रही हैं जिनके ऊपर में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पंजाब लिखा हुआ है। पहले तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पंजाब की गाड़ियाँ किसी भी इलेक्शन सर्विस में कोई भी नहीं लग सकती हैं, एक बात। दूसरा, उनके अगर कार्यकर्ता एमएलए मंत्री मुख्यमंत्री आ रहे हैं तो वो केवल प्रचार करने आ सकते हैं, वो यहाँ के वोटर को इन्फ्लुएंस करने नहीं आ सकते। वो यहाँ पे पैसा बांट रहे हैं, शराब बांट रहे हैं और यहाँ पे चाइनीज़ कंपनी के सीसीटीवी कैमरा लगा रहे हैं। केजरीवाल और ये भगवंत मान ने मुझे कहा कि मैंने पंजाबियों के बारे में जो कहा है तो मैं उनके ऊपर में अभी मानहानि का मुकदमा दर्ज कर रहा हूँ। मैं उनको लीगल नोटिस भेज रहा हूँ। 100 करोड़ रुपए का मानहानि का मुकदमा कर रहा हूँ।
We're also hearing right now from Delhi police. The Delhi police has written a letter to Punjab police stating that they need to be informed beforehand about the influx of these, battery of Punjab ministers and MPs and MLAs coming into the national capital and that they're not following protocol. So such a letter has been written from Delhi Special Commissioner to Punjab police. What is your, considering we have this entire cross allegation happening on the Punjabi community between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, what is your understanding of this letter that has been written now?
If such a letter has been written, it is very unfortunate that the BJP is using the Delhi police to meet its political ends, to create pressure on its political opponents. It's very unfortunate the kind of language that the BJP has used for Punjabis, especially Parvesh Verma ji, who said that he thinks that they're a threat to the country. This is extremely unfortunate to be giving such bayans during election time, especially. It is, you're trying to create, communal disharmony as always, which is a BJP pattern. I think Parvesh Verma should sincerely apologize. Amit Shah ji should sincerely apologize to the Punjabi community.
And now battle for Delhi has turned bitter. Aam Aadmi Party has rained fire on BJP's Ramesh Biduri, saying that his aides are harassing AAP workers in the Kalkaji area. Aam Aadmi Party says that workers are being attacked, harassed by Ramesh Biduri, his workers, his nephews, and the Aam Aadmi Party also says that BJP is resorting to violence in a desperate bid to win polls, as they know only this tactic to win elections. Listen in to what Delhi's Chief Minister Atishi and Arvind Kejriwal had to say.
विधानसभा के हर इलाके में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता और कई लोग जो कहते हैं हम रमेश बिधूड़ी जी के भतीजे हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी कार्यकर्ताओं को डरा रहे हैं, धमका रहे हैं, उनका कॉलर पकड़ रहे हैं, उनका पार्टी का प्रचार का सामान लेके छीन रहे हैं, जला रहे हैं।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूरी तरह से गुंडागर्दी के ऊपर उतरी हुई है। कोई भी पार्टी या कोई भी कैंडिडेट हिंसा क्यों करता है? उसे हिंसा करने की जरूरत क्यों पड़ती है? वो तभी हिंसा करता है जब वो देखता है कि बाकी अन्य अहिंसात्मक तरीके से, शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से उसका जीतना असंभव है। जब उसके पास कोई नैरेटिव नहीं होता, जब जनता उसके साथ नहीं होती, जब जनता उसकी बात नहीं सुन रही होती, तब वो फिर हिंसा पे उतारू होकर चुनाव जीतने की कोशिश करता है।
Shifting our focus to the probe that is taking place in the incident where Bollywood actor Saif Ali Khan was stabbed. Now, the police have solved the attack puzzle on how the intruder entered inside Saif Ali Khan's residence. They say that the intruder used duct pipes to enter the building, and from the bathroom he went inside Jay's room, where the whole incident played out, with the nanny alerting the couple and then Saif Ali Khan running towards this attacker entered into a scuffle when he was stabbed brutally 6 times. Now, Mumbai police have also seized the scarf that on your screens you see the intruder was wearing while he entered Saif Ali Khan's residence. The cops are also gathering more evidence. In fact, during that incident, now cops have visited Saif Ali Khan's residence. This is the second visit of the Mumbai police where they have made the visit in just 24 hours. Mumbai cops visited Saif Ali Khan's residence and spoke to the family members. Actor Saif Ali Khan is also expected to record a statement to the police today, and the Mumbai police is trying to identify the motive behind the attack. The investigation so far in the matter is that the cops have sent this scarf that you see on your screens to the forensics for better analysis. The Mumbai police on Sunday arrested the suspect, Bangladeshi national, in Thane.
My colleague Radhika is joining me for more on this. Radhika, take us through the latest details. We are hearing that Mumbai police just exited from the house of Saif Ali Khan.
That's right. Mumbai police just exited from the residence of Saif Ali Khan's. In fact, they had gone there once again to gather some evidence and perhaps may have spoken to family members, including Saif Ali Khan as well. We're not entirely certain as to what exactly transpired in that half an hour when the police officials were here. But there is a possibility they may come again because remember, Saif Ali Khan's statement recording, which is very, very crucial in this case, is pending. That may happen either today or tomorrow, depending on Khan's health condition. As of now, Mumbai police have been able to piece together the sequence of events. I'm just going to show you the residence where this entire attack and incident happened, from where the Mumbai police officials exited. But as far as, piecing together of evidence is concerned, yes, they have been able to figure out the sequence of events. The individual, the one who was arrested, confessed to having, climbed over the walls and then taken stairways, as well as the other places of entry, such as the pipes and the ducts were also used to climb into Saif Ali Khan's residence, to Jay's bathroom, and that is where all the confrontation happened, post which, of course, he was locked inside, but he managed to exit the way he
coming
entered.
in, and Congress's Ajay Maken is currently addressing media over more attacks on the Aam Aadmi Party. Let's listen in.
एक पेशेंट की जगह दो पेशेंट लिटाए गए हैं। 9 ऐसे हॉस्पिटल्स हैं, 7 ऐसे हॉस्पिटल्स हैं जहां पर 109% से 169% तक के बेड ऑक्यूपेंसी रेट है। वहां पर भी लगभग जो है डबल पेशेंट एक बेड के ऊपर लिटाए गए हैं। यानी दिल्ली में 16 ऐसे हॉस्पिटल्स हैं टोटल 27 में से जहां पर की बेड ऑक्यूपेंसी रेट, जहां पर एक बिस्तरे के ऊपर 2 आदमी लिटाए जाते हैं। ये आज दिल्ली के अंदर चिकित्सा की व्यवस्था है। ये सीएजी की रिपोर्ट कहती है, ये मैं नहीं कह रहा हूं। हमारे 4 हॉस्पिटल्स को सीएजी ने सर्वे के लिए चुना। लोकनायक जयप्रकाश नारायण हॉस्पिटल, चाचा नेहरू बाल चिकित्सालय, राजीव गांधी सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल और जनकपुरी सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल। उसके अंदर ऑपरेशन थिएटर के बारे में और वेटिंग के बारे में, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के बारे में क्या स्थिति है, आपकी आंखें खुली रह जाएंगी जो सीएजी ने अपने रिपोर्ट के अंदर पाया। लोकनायक हॉस्पिटल के अंदर एक ऑपरेशन थिएटर जो सर्जरी डिपार्टमेंट का, वो फंक्शन ही नहीं कर रहा, काम ही नहीं कर रहा। लोकनायक हॉस्पिटल आप सब लोग जानते हैं कि बर्न्स को लेकर के, जलने को लेकर के सबसे बड़ा हॉस्पिटल दिल्ली के अंदर ही सफदरजंग सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का, लोकनायक दिल्ली सरकार का। वहां पर सर्जरी जो जलने से लेकर के है उसका वेटिंग टाइम 12 महीने का, 1 या 2 हफ्ते नहीं, 12 महीने का। दूसरी सर्जरी जो है लोकनायक हॉस्पिटल में 3 महीने का वेटिंग टाइम है। ये राष्ट्र की राजधानी है। यहां पर 12 टोटल ईसीजी मशीन्स हैं जिसमें से 5 काम नहीं कर रही। 5 बाईपैप मशीन आईसीयू में काम नहीं कर रही। 3 ट्रांसपोर्ट मॉनिटर्स हैं, 3 हैं और तीनों के तीनों काम नहीं कर रहे आईसीयू के अंदर। आईसीयू यहां पे टोटली नॉन फंक्शनल है क्योंकि जो मेजर इक्विपमेंट्स हैं लोकनायक हॉस्पिटल में वो काम ही नहीं कर रहे। और राजीव गांधी सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल, जनकपुरी सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल, यहां पर स्टाफ की शॉर्टेज की हालत आप देखेंगे, सुनेंगे तो हैरान हो जाएंगे। 50 से 74% डॉक्टर्स की कमी। जितने डॉक्टर सैंक्शन हैं उसमें से 50 नहीं, 73 से 96%, 73 से 96% नर्सिंग स्टाफ की शॉर्टेज, 17 से 62% पैरामेडिक स्टाफ की शॉर्टेज है। ये 2 सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल लेटेस्ट, राजीव गांधी सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल और जनकपुरी सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल की कहानी है, जहां पे 50 से 74% डॉक्टर्स ही नहीं है, 73 से 96% नर्सिंग स्टाफ नहीं है, 17 से 62% पैरामेडिक स्टाफ नहीं है। ये सीएजी की रिपोर्ट है जिसके के ऊपर केजरीवाल बैठे, जो नहीं चाहते केजरीवाल की दिल्ली की जनता को सच्चाई पता चले, जिसकी वजह से ये इसके ऊपर पर्दाफाश कर रहे हैं। इसलिए हम कहते हैं कि आपके पाप हैं जिनको हम और देवेंद्र यादव जी यहाँ पे दिल्ली की जनता के सामने लेकर के आ रहे हैं। राजीव गांधी के सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल में 6 मॉड्यूलर जो और सेमी मॉड्यूलर ऑपरेशन थिएटर काम ही नहीं कर रहे। 6 ऑपरेशन थिएटर है, काम नहीं कर रहे। स्टोन सेंटर है, काम नहीं कर रहा। ट्रांसप्लांट आईसीयू लोकनायक हॉस्पिटल में तो 3 है, जो कि खराब पड़े यहाँ पे है, लेकिन वो काम उसका काम नहीं उससे हो रहा। 77 प्राइवेट और स्पेशल रूम्स हैं जो ऑपरेशनल नहीं है। 16 आईसीयू बेड्स हैं जो ऑपरेशनल नहीं है। 154 जनरल बेड्स हैं, रेजिडेंट डॉक्टर्स हॉस्टल कोई भी फंक्शनल नहीं है। ये राजीव गांधी सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल का हाल है। जनकपुरी सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल में 7 ऑपरेशन थिएटर फंक्शनल नहीं, किचन, ब्लड बैंक, इमरजेंसी, मेडिकल गैस पाइपलाइन, 10 क्रिटिकल केयर यूनिट बेड्स, 200 जनरल बेड्स काम ही नहीं कर रहे। जनकपुरी सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल की कहानी है। और यहां पर बेड ऑक्यूपेंसी 20% से 40% कैसे रहा। आप देखिए, एक तरफ दिल्ली के अंदर हॉस्पिटल 16 हॉस्पिटल्स हैं जहां पे एक बिस्तरे पे एक बेड पे डबल लोग हैं, और यहां पर स्टाफ नहीं होने की वजह से 20% से 40% ऑक्यूपेंसी रेट है, क्योंकि यहां पे स्टाफ ही नहीं है। ये केजरीवाल का दिल्ली का चिकित्सा मॉडल है, ये इनका पाप है जो कि सीएजी ने जिसको उजागर किया। और दुख की बात यह है कि इसके ऊपर बैठे ताकि चुनाव से पहले ये लोगों को पता ना चल सके। इससे ज्यादा बड़े शर्म की और दुख की बात नहीं है। चाचा नेहरू बाल चिकित्सालय में पेडियाट्रिक बच्चों की सर्जरी के लिए, यही एक बच्चों का सबसे बड़ा हॉस्पिटल है, बच्चों की सर्जरी के लिए वेटिंग टाइम कितना है? 12 महीने का। 12 महीने का चाचा नेहरू बाल चिकित्सालय के अंदर वेटिंग टाइम बच्चों का। ये इनकी चिकित्सा मॉडल है जिसको कहते हैं कि पूरे हिंदुस्तान में ये केजरीवाल मॉडल है, ये लेकर के आना चाहते हैं। इस चिकित्सालय के अंदर, बाल चिकित्सालय के अंदर ऑपरेशन थिएटर में 10 इक्विपमेंट्स, ऐसे इंपॉर्टेंट इक्विपमेंट्स हैं जिसकी लिस्ट इसमें दी गई है, जो कि काम ही नहीं कर रहे। यहां पर यह स्थिति है। ये जो चारों हॉस्पिटल्स हैं, इसके डायग्नोस्टिक, एक्सरे, सीटी स्कैन, अल्ट्रासाउंड की कहानी सुनिए तो आप ही हैरान हो जाएंगे। चाचा नेहरू बाल चिकित्सालय में एक्सरे की कैपेसिटी है 330 एक्सरेज पर डे की। इन्होंने पाया 2019-20 में जब इन्होंने ऑडिट के लिए गए तो 330 में से केवल 109 हो रहे हैं। अल्ट्रासाउंड 35 में से 35 की कैपेसिटी सिर्फ 7 हो रहे हैं। सीटी स्कैन 12 की कैपेसिटी सिर्फ 3 हो रहे हैं। राजीव गांधी सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल में 70 की कैपेसिटी केवल 35 हो रहे हैं, 50 की कैपेसिटी।
And that is Kong upping its ante against the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi, saying that the CAG report is being stalled by the Aam Aadmi Party so that the reality of the health model that the Aam Aadmi Party boasts time and again is not exposed. With that, we're slipping into a very short break.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge 50 Pro, world's first AI-powered pro-grade camera.
Punjab VIPs in Delhi give security jitters. Delhi cops write to Punjab cops, ask the schedule in advance. Mumbai cops visit Saif Ali Khan's residence, speak to family members. Southern states versus centre on UGC row again. Southern states in fact, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister says CM needs to be the Vice Chancellor. IAEA chief speaks to NDTV exclusively at the Davos platform, says it is hard to inspect all Iran nuke sites.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival. The divine dip at the spiritual Sangam. A sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025.
Well, I'm in Altadena. This is one of the worst hit areas. When disaster strikes, NDTV World brings you exclusive on-the-ground reports straight from the heart of the action.
A neighborhood in Los Angeles that has been devastated by fire.
I just received an emergency alert extreme, which has come on my phone. Stay tuned for NDTV World's in-depth coverage
as we bring you the real stories from Los Angeles.
This is the Altadena area, and there are still fires, and there's a lot of smoke in the area. These houses completely gutted.
This is reporting that matters only on NDTV World.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news is here.
Hello and welcome to the best of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
For 2 decades, NDTV has been a window to the world's greatest thinkers, leaders, Nobel laureates and stars at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
From Bill Gates to Shakira to Randy Zuckerberg to top ministers to what is often the biggest story, India, a global economic powerhouse. Conversations around our greatest challenges from AI to wars to sustainability. Join us, NDTV's Vishnu Shom and me, Neeraj Shah, as we engage with the world's finest. NDTV at Davos from January 20th to January 25th.
We are able to maintain the democratic fabric and the democratic system.
I want to do something that can make a difference.
लगातार जनता की आवाज को सरकार तक पहुंचाने का काम मैं करता हूं.
I was a student up until very recently. I really want to work and do something for my people because they have given me this opportunity. They have elected me.
सोचा नहीं था कि राज्यसभा सांसद बनूंगी.
Kind attention, please. Delhi Election Metro 2025 is arriving on People's Platform.
Please mind the gap.
BJP or AAP, who will get to the Delhi Secretariat station?
दरवाजे बाईं तरफ खुलेंगे.
Who will Delhi voters open the victory doors for? And who will be shown the door? Can the BJP throw AAP's victory run off track? Or will it be Kejriwal's ticket to win again? Can Congress take the election metro to revival? We will track it all for you. Delhi's decision destination.
Doors will open on the left.
Stay tuned to NDTV for mega metro poll coverage.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, a festival of faith.
Shifting our focus to Tamil Nadu, where spurious liquor racket has been busted by Chennai cops. Spurious foreign liquor unit has been busted in Chennai. 4 people have been arrested in connection with the case, where investigation is underway. As many as 210 litres of spurious liquor has been seized by Chennai cops, in which at least 4 people that you see on your screens have been arrested by the cops. This is a big racket that was going on in Chennai. There was a racket to supply foreign liquor, which was spurious in nature, and hence now the racket has been busted by the cops. My colleague Sam Daniel is joining me. Sam, take us through the menace of spurious liquor racket that we often hear is going unabated.
Well, it's a major racket, sometimes leading to heavy casualties. Remember, a few months ago, more than 60 people died in an illicit liquor tragedy in the Kadalur district of Tamil Nadu and also in the Kalachi district of Tamil Nadu. And this time, it's what the officials call a spurious Indian-made foreign liquor. They busted a gang, arrested 4 people. And the modus operandi is to get liquor from Puducherry and Haryana and blend some kind of essence the group had and supply these to events like parties in the city. And police first detected an auto rickshaw based on a tip-off, and then they secured 3 people and arrested 1 more based on the information they gave. They landed up at a house which was used to manufacture illicit Indian-made foreign liquor. They have secured more than 200 liters of this liquor and 5,000 bottles, cabs, labels, and a mission used to cork these bottles. Whether is it a tip of the iceberg or is it a racket that was beginning to take shape and they were caught, that's something we'll have to wait and watch. But certainly this raises concerns, as investigators say, that the supplies were sent to parties and events like that in the city, and investigation is underway as we speak now.
Absolutely, and Sam, you know, despite continuous crackdown on such illegal activities, they still go unabated. Thank you so much for joining us on that news break. And now shifting our focus to the UGC row that is intensifying with each day. Well, it is southern states versus centre, with Kerala and Tamil Nadu raising their voice and objections to the UGC draft rules that have been issued by the centre. Now, Stalin is pushing for the withdrawal of these guidelines, as Tamil Nadu Chief Minister says that CM must be the Chancellor of universities, and if the new guidelines come into effect, then the states will lose control over the universities. However, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin says that states must have full power over the universities and hence do not want these guidelines to take shape in Tamil Nadu. Sample the reactions coming in. Also, my colleague Sam Daniel joins me for more.
கல்வி சட்டன செலவுக்காக 1000 கோடி ரூபாய் ஒதுக்கீடு செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கு. 1000 கோடி ரூபாய் செலவில் காமராஜர் கல்லூரி மேம்பாட்டு திட்டம் செயல்படுத்தப்பட்டு வருது. 150 கோடி ரூபாய் செலவில் உயர்கல்வி நிறுவனங்களை டிஜிட்டல் முறையில் ஒருங்கிணைந்த கற்றல் மேலாண்மை மையம் உருவாக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு. மாணவர்களுக்கான தொழில்திறன் மேம்பாட்டு திட்டம், முதலமைச்சரின் ஆராய்ச்சி மானிய திட்டம், முதலமைச்சரின் ஆராய்ச்சி ஊக்கத்தொகை திட்டம், உங்களை தேடி கல்வி திட்டம், இப்படி என்னால் சொல்லிக்கொண்டே இருக்க முடியும். இந்த திட்டங்களால் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு உயர்கல்வி தரமும் அடிப்படை கட்டமைப்பு வசதிகளும் மேம்படுத்தப்பட்டு கொண்டிருக்கிறது. அதனால்தான் இன்று இந்தியாவிலேயே அதிக அளவிலான அரசு பல்கலைக்கழகங்களை உள்ள மாநிலமாக, 500க்கும் மேற்பட்ட தரம் வாய்ந்த பொறியியல் கல்லூரி இருக்கக்கூடிய மாநிலமாக, அதிக அளவிலான மருத்துவக் கல்லூரிகள் இருக்கக்கூடிய மாநிலமாக, புகழ்பெற்ற 100 உயர்கல்வி நிறுவனங்களில் 31 உயர்கல்வி நிறுவனங்கள் இருக்கக்கூடிய மாநிலமாக இன்றைக்கு நம்முடைய தமிழ்நாடு விளங்கி கொண்டிருக்கிறது. உயர்கல்வி மாணவர் சேர்க்கையில் தேசிய சராசரியை விட 2 மடங்கு அதிகமாக 49 விழுக்காடு பெற்று இந்திய அளவில் தமிழ்நாடு முதலிடம் பெற்றிருக்கு. இப்படி உயர்கல்வியில் உன்னதமான இடத்தை தமிழ்நாடு பெற்று இருக்கிறது என்றால் அதனால தான் பல்கலைக்கழகங்களின் நிர்வாகம் மாநில அரசோட முழு கட்டுப்பாட்டில் இருக்கணும். வேந்தர் பதவியில் மக்களால் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட முதலமைச்சர் இருக்கணும்னு நம்ம சொல்கிறோம். பள்ளி முதல் உயர்கல்வி வரை ஒவ்வொரு மாணவருக்கும் பார்த்து பார்த்து திட்டங்களை உருவாக்கி செலவு செய்வது மாநில அரசு.
The vice chancellors are appointed also to implement entrance tests for both undergraduate and postgraduate admissions, for which M.K. Stalin, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, has vehemently opposed, saying that if this comes into effect, the state universities would lose their autonomy and this would also undermine the federal structure across India. And he says while the state government spends all its resources, pays salaries for faculty and develops universities, how can a central government nominated governor can take all control over universities. He says that's unacceptable, and he puts forward a strong case for elected chief ministers to be the chancellors of state universities in all these states. And he gives out data how the existing model in Tamil Nadu has enhanced the quality of education in Tamil Nadu besides enforcing social justice. He gives data that Tamil Nadu has the highest number of medical colleges, more than 500 engineering colleges, and the state also has 31 of the top 100 NIRF ranked colleges and universities. And the UGC trying to take control of all these things and giving them to the governor as chancellors, he says, is unacceptable. And already Tamil Nadu Assembly has passed bills twice to make chief ministers as chancellors, to clip the powers of the governor chancellor in that sense. But after a long tug of war, the Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi has forwarded these or referred these bills to the president, which again has gone to the court saying that the governor ought to have immediately accepted when these bills were passed twice. And the larger picture, of course, is the tug of war between Raj Bhavans and elected governments, particularly in opposition-ruled states like Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Kerala and West Bengal. It's in this context this particular issue becomes important. While the BJP denies the allegations that governors are being used to take control of universities, they argue that the centre is trying to improve the quality of education. Number two, also to check the system of capitation fee and corruption when it comes to appointment of vice chancellors. And they deny it's an attempt to take control of the universities across the country, particularly in states run by the opposition.
The Quad nations, India, the US, Australia and Japan have reaffirmed their commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific, sending a clear message to China. Meeting in Washington, D.C., these leaders pledged to oppose any unilateral attempts to alter the status quo through force or coercion as they prepare for a leaders' summit in India later this year. Meanwhile, Trump administration is discussing a 10% penalty on Chinese imports, citing the ongoing issue of being trafficked from China to the US via Mexico and Canada. How the relations play forward? My colleague Ghazali is joining me for more on this. Ghazali, take us through the impact and also the future of India-US ties under Trump 2.0.
See, certainly this entire Quad's foreign ministers meetings shows the kind of significance the new Trump administration holds for the situation back here in Asia Pacific and the influence of China. And that is why the first bilateral meeting, or say the official meeting of the Trump administration, happens with the Quad foreign ministers meet with Indian Foreign Minister Dr. Jaishankar and his counterparts from Japan and Australia also attending the meet. And after that, the statement which was issued, the joint statement for the Quad foreign ministers meet was issued, which certainly says that they are very concerned about any kind of unilateral change in the Asia Pacific or in the sea waters here in the Asia Pacific region. And China, it was a subtle hint towards China, which has been accused of disturbing the maritime security in the particular region. And also this 10% tariff which Trump administration has spoken about is a harsh and stern message towards China, and also shows the kind of relevance it gives or significance it gives towards its partner in Asia Pacific region. But it will also be very premature to say that perhaps Trump will not be interested in mending its ties with China, because you saw that how a special invite was sent to Xi Jinping days before Mr. Trump's swearing in or inauguration happened just a couple of days ago in Washington. So basically, what we can conclude from now on with the current situation is that perhaps all these stern warnings are significant, but we'll have to see that how it plays out in the coming days.
Right. Thank you so much, Ghazali, for joining us with that update. Now, NDTV special from Davos, where my colleague Vishnu Shom spoke to IAEA chief on how India is also maintaining the standards when it comes to the nuclear deals. Take a look.
The West Asia situation, fingers crossed, might be a little better now with the hostage situation improving, but there was a huge concern that missile barrages might end up resulting in something larger. Many in Israel say that Iran is building a nuclear weapon. Is it the IAEA's belief that that is the case?
No, we don't have any evidence that Iran is building a nuclear weapon. But at the same time, it is true that Iran has accumulated a vast amount of enriched uranium, a very high level of enrichment, which makes it very, very close to weapon level grade. And on top of that, we have not been having the full cooperation of Iran in clarifying a few important things about past and perhaps present activities. I am fully engaged, I have to say. We are inspecting. The thing is that we are not inspecting at the levels or in all the places that we believe we should be inspecting. I had the opportunity to visit, I've been very frequently to Tehran, but this time I met with President Pezeshkian, with the foreign minister and others, and we are trying to improve the situation. Of course, now with the change of administration in the United States, there is an expectation that things may be moving again. We are going to be talking to all partners, as we always do, in trying to make or to bring more certainty to this very volatile situation in Iran.
And with that, we are slipping into a very short break. More news and updates lined up on the other side.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge 50 Pro, world's first AI-powered pro-grade camera.
Well, I'm in Altadena. This is one of the worst hit areas. When disaster strikes, NDTV World brings you exclusive on-the-ground reports straight from the heart of the action.
A neighborhood in Los Angeles that has been devastated by fire.
I just received an emergency alert extreme, which has come on my phone.
Stay tuned for NDTV World's in-depth coverage as we bring you the real stories from Los Angeles.
This is the Altadena area, and there are still fires, and there's a lot of smoke in the area. These houses completely gutted.
This is reporting that matters only on NDTV World.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news is here.
Hello and welcome to the best of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
For 2 decades, NDTV has been a window to the world's greatest thinkers, leaders, Nobel laureates and stars at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
From Bill Gates to Shakira to Randy Zuckerberg to top ministers to what is often the biggest story, India, a global economic powerhouse. Conversations around our greatest challenges from AI to wars to sustainability. Join us, NDTV's Vishnu Shom and me, Neeraj Shah, as we engage with the world's finest. NDTV at Davos from January 20th to January 25th.
We are able to maintain the democratic fabric and the democratic system.
I want to do something that can make a difference.
लगातार जनता की आवाज को सरकार तक पहुंचाने का काम मैं करता हूं.
I was a student up until very recently. I really want to work and do something for my people because they have given me this opportunity. They have elected me.
सोचा नहीं था कि राज्यसभा सांसद बनूंगी.
Kind attention, please. Delhi Election Metro 2025 is arriving on people's platform.
Please mind the gap.
BJP or AAP, who will get to the Delhi Secretariat station
दरवाजे बाईं तरफ खुलेंगे.
Who will Delhi voters open the victory doors for? And who will be shown the door? Can the BJP throw AAP's victory run off track? Or will it be Kejriwal's ticket to win again? Can Congress take the election metro to revival? We will track it all for you. Delhi's decision destination.
Doors will open on the left.
Stay tuned to NDTV for mega metro poll coverage.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian.
The run-up to the elections in the national capital, it is, the Delhi police has written to the Punjab police in regard to the inflow of the number plates coming in from the state of Punjab into the national capital. So the Delhi police are writing a letter asking for information in regard to the movement of the VIPs from Punjab. Ajay Markan sharpens his attack as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned in Delhi, saying that there has been an exposure as far as the health scam is concerned. Talking about over 300 crores, 382 crores to be precise, is the charge that has been made according to a CAG report, and that is what Ajay Markan is raising and asking questions from the Aam Aadmi Party. In the Saif Ali Khan attack case, the Mumbai police reached the residence of the actor and spoke with the family members of Saif Ali Khan. On the other side, during that recreation of the crime scene that took place in the morning and later in the evening, at night, in fact, the police had brought the attacker very close to the bungalow of the actor. This was in the neighborhood in order to know how he actually left from the scene of the crime. It's the Southern States versus the Centre on UGC, with Tamil Nadu Chief Minister batting for the state's rights and saying that the Chief Minister is the one who should be the Chancellor of the universities. And Donald Trump sharpens a tariff warning as far as China is concerned, saying that a 10% tariff on Chinese goods will come into effect as soon as the 1st of February. A very good afternoon. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Divya Vadva. We have a whole lot lined up for you, including a battery of Punjab ministers, MLAs, that have in fact been campaigning in the national capital in the run-up to the elections coming up in the national capital on the 5th of February. Now, the police security has in fact now reached out to the Punjab police, saying that there needs to be information and detailed information as far as the leaders from the state of Punjab are concerned. So the Delhi police are raising the issue following reports that the VIPs from Punjab are not really following protocols or SOPs, and that is what really needs to be done. They need to inform the local police about their movements in the national capital, and this is something that is being raised by the Delhi police and asking for protocols to be followed while making their way towards the national capital. And to know more on this, we have Yashwardhan Azad, a former IPS officer and Central Information Commissioner and former Secretary of Security and SPL Director of IB, also joining us. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking with us today in regard to, first things first, what are the protocols that really need to be followed when it comes to VIP cars traveling to other states?
You see, the yellow book, which has been mentioned in your, frame, that is the book which gives the principles of individual protection. Now, most of these ministers, when they come from any particular state, whether Punjab or anywhere, they are supposed to intimate. I mean, the security of that state is supposed to intimate the state which they are visiting that here is a person, he has been categorized as X, Y, or Z in the state or whatever, or a central protectee if he is. And then accordingly, this is the kind of security which should be given. technically, and as per the yellow book, the security should be offered by the local police. But what is happening is, because of the problem of the various states being from different parties, they carry their own security men. The rule is that if you carry your own security men, there is a period, 1 or 2 days, that they might be with you. That is if sudden. And then the local police should take over. But in this particular case, what is happening, as you are showing, is that the people are coming from Punjab and they are not informing at all. So they are having their own security, moving around and then going back. This is the basic problem. So all norms are being violated. The problem number two is also that many of them who may be needing security in Punjab will not need it here. And therefore, the rule was also that they will get one less than what they have in their own state. For example, if they have Y over there, they need only X over here. So that is the reason why they think, because they might be downgraded here, so they carry their security. And creating and campaigning with security is a nuisance, as you can see what is happening. And it's absolutely unfair to the public also, to the traffic also, to everyone. And that's why I think it's a serious problem, and it's good that the Delhi police has taken this up.
Right, so also, the timing of these cars coming into Delhi is being questioned, particularly just ahead of Republic Day. What are the security arrangements and, the pressure that Delhi police has during this time?
I totally agree what you said, that this is creating an undue pressure, because this is a time, because, for 26 January, there are too many things which are being done by the Delhi police. You see, first, the Delhi police is having cooperation meetings with the neighboring states, because a lot of neighboring states people, in terms of whether there are criminals, unwanted elements, they'll be moving in. There is the IB, which is doing an extensive work already, conducting meetings, trying to organize its defenses, looking at it from a national perspective. The defense ministry, which is organizing the entire debate. The Delhi police biggest headache again is traffic also. Streams of trucks and streams of other coming, they have to be screened. And 26th is just around the corner. Therefore, this is creating extreme pressure. And this kind of, onslaught by the security men, extra cars, extra, people coming, will definitely create a lot of pressure. And that's why I think some norms have to be followed, which are being violated totally.
Right, sir, also fresh instructions have, been put into place, asking for VIP vehicles to not just, inform as far as the whereabouts of these VIPs are concerned, but also to follow traffic rules properly and not to jump signals. What is the tendency of these cars that have those, VIP stickers, carrying VIP officials into other states?
First of all, it's very, very wrong to have all kinds of stickers on your cars. No stickers are allowed in any car. Like even, what you put in red, Government of India, that is also wrong. Nothing should be put. The other wrong thing which is being done is, some of these cars of these ministers have their own, sirens, which they play. And then they try to jump the lights. The Delhi police should just challan them. I mean, that is the way. Some brave officer has to take this up and challan them. It's nobody's business to cross the traffic lights unless there is an emergent security situation. For people, there is route lining. For the VVIPs, that is fine, because this particularly being done, the entire road is being managed. But for the others, they're all supposed to stick to the traffic lights and all the rules of traffic. And that's why it is time that the Delhi cops should start challanning them. And that's the only way they will be brought to book.
Right. This, of course, coincides with the Delhi elections and, Republic Day coming about all, at the same time. What are the ECI guidelines that are in place? And that is what the police is asking for the ministers really to follow.
I mean, ECI guidelines are that when you are campaigning, you can't campaign in an official vehicle. the only person who has been given exemption is our Prime Minister, and rightly so, because of the tremendous security threat that he has. The
Right.
others are not supposed to, so that is one. And I hope that that is being strictly followed, because then the Delhi police with the election commission officials can, throw them out of their cars. That is one. Even there is a particular specification about the use of bulletproof cars. Then the use of security.
Right.
This is being misused. I
Right.
mean, you cannot take it and just, move around in Delhi doing campaigning.
Right, Mr. Azad, thank you so much for breaking it down for us as to what are the guidelines in place, what are the SOPs that are being flouted, is what the Delhi police is claiming in regard to these vehicles that are coming in from the state of Punjab. Let's just also get more details on this with my colleague, Gurpreet.
In wake of our Republic Day, we have seen the Delhi police has already written to Punjab police saying the VVIP, the ministers of Aam Aadmi Party from Punjab who have a lot of security, they are not following proper protocol, and that is one of the main concern which the Delhi police has already raised. We have seen even the Punjab police has already given directions to all the personal assistant of the minister, saying that their program and their tour program should be given in a proper way, so that the details should be given to the Delhi police for the proper arrangement. So let's see, but as of now it seems that it has become one of the political issue in the state of Punjab as well as in the national capital, because a lot of ministers, they are already camping in national capital for campaigning for Aam Aadmi Party. At the same time, we have seen the Delhi police say they are not given any information about these VVIP, and in wake of Republic Day, a lot of concern for the security, and security has already been beefed up in the national capital. For that, they say these VIPs should follow the protocol and should follow all the guidelines, and information should be given to the local police, that means the Delhi police, so that the proper security arrangement should be made for these VVIPs. So let's see that how this issue will be one of the political issue, because we have seen even the BJP leaders, they have also raised this issue in the national capital. So we have to wait and watch that. We have seen both the sides, whether it's the Punjab police or Delhi police, they are sharing the letter with each other, saying that the protocol will be followed. One side, the Delhi police says our protocol was not being followed by the Punjab VVIPs in the national capital. So let's see that what will be happening in whole case. But as of now, it seems it has become one of the major political issue in the national capital.
Right, Gurpreet, thank you so much. And to know more on this, we have Dr. Mohammad Amin, former Joint Director and Chief of Protocol, Election Commission of India, joining us. Thank you so much for speaking with us this afternoon. Let's just, break it down for our viewers in terms of the kind of guidelines that we have in place and the kind of SOPs that are being flouted is what the Delhi police is saying. Of course, Bhagwant Mann of Punjab, the Chief Minister, they're saying that, what really is wrong? Do you find Punjabis a threat? I mean, he's taking offense to what is really being said by the BJP, pointing fingers in this direction, pointing out that there are a lot of cars coming in to the national capital during the elections, that are carrying the number plate of another state.
As per the guidelines of the Election Commission of India regarding the protocol of the Prime Minister, there is a reserve. Actually, PM has already the high security, and if the PM is going, so he can take the official aircraft and all the security is provided to him. And in case of the rallies, the Prime Minister party has to pay for the aircraft charges to the Election Commission as a model code of conduct to the government. Actually, I am going to tell you about these state chief ministers and ministers. They are coming for the campaign of the election in the Delhi. So this is for their information, and might be they are knowing the protocol of that. If they are coming touring to the other state, so they send the the tour programs of the particular detailed program to the concerned state chief secretary and the governor also. So they make the surety of their security and their arrangements. But in case of the election, if they are moving around from their state to another state for the minister, so they are giving as per their norms of the security, and they cannot bring the more and more security from their state. Only just security person was telling you that 24 hours or 48 hours they can keep their security. as per their direction of the state. Actually, they have the state houses also here in Delhi, and every chief minister and the ministers have. So that's why they can take the security as their requirement. But if they are officially informing to the other state, means Delhi, they are informing, so they must get the security as per norms of the protocol. But they cannot stay more than that. After 48 hours, they can go back. Otherwise, they have. If you are visiting them 1 hour or 2 hours also, but they send their tour program to the concerned state for the security arrangements and the protocol arrangements. And but they cannot take their official vehicle for the rallies or the public meeting. They can come with the private vehicle or with the for rallies in the elections. That is the norms of the protocol of the Election Commission of India. They cannot use the government machinery for that purpose only.
Right. So, sir, they don't need to seek permission. They just need to inform, and that is what the Delhi police has gone on to say, that they need information regarding the whereabouts of these VIPs coming into campaign for the Aam Aadmi Party. Of course, Bhagwat Mann, they're taking complete offence to what is really being said by Parvesh Verma. It is Parvesh Verma who has raked up this issue against the Aam Aadmi Party for not really following the poll code. Now, just, in terms of the poll code, sir, if you could break it down for us, in terms of traveling from one state to the other, like you said, it has to be not more than 48 hours. It has to be with less security. The security of these VIPs, where does the onus really lie? Does it lie with the other state that they're in or the state that they're coming from?
No, in Delhi we have already the arrangement for the state VVIP securities. There is a special commissioner for the VVIP securities, and we have the all arrangement for the security unit also there. They are protecting our president. They are having the unit for the prime minister, vice president, and other LGs and other fellows. So if they are sending direct program to the government, then can get the security. Otherwise, they cannot come like that in force. This is the election time, number one. Second is the first Delhi government and Home Ministry of Home cannot compromise for the 26th Republic Parade is there, and 29th is the beating retreat also there. So a lot of the VVIPs, not on the head of the states, are coming in the capital. And you see, there is a lot of embassies also there. So they need, everyone needed the security. Like the other state head of also coming for the VVIP guest as the chief guest of the Republic Day Parade. So we have most of alerts, and we have the most of the threats also from the other parts of the country, and the other agencies are giving the inputs. So that's why they must compromise this time, and they can follow the rules. This is strictly they can follow to the rules to the government. Otherwise, it's not possible. Maybe they have the election, but the 26th January is very important. Our constitutional festival means 26th Republic Day Parade is very, very important. You have witnessed by the all over the world in the globe. So that's why we need tight security and everything. They must compromise. They must follow the rules of the security. That is the official rule of the Election Commission of India.
Right, thank you so much, Mr. Amin, for breaking it down for us as to the rules and regulations that are in place during the run-up to the elections, particularly coming about at a time when Republic Day is around the corner, and the pressure as far as Delhi police is concerned is already extremely high, given the fact that elections will be taking place within the first 5 days of the next month. So we're talking about less than 2 weeks to go. Thank you so much for speaking with us this afternoon. Let's just now cut across to Prime Minister Modi, who is interacting with BJP workers here in the national capital. There, of course, there's going to be major campaigning that's going to be taking place with the major leaders of the BJP here in the national capital over the next 10 days in the run-up to the elections.
आपकी ये आपदा वाले जो हैं, वो आज आपने देखा होगा हर दिन एक नई घोषणा करते हैं। क्यों करनी पड़ रही है? पहले के चुनाव में तो ऐसा नहीं करना पड़ा था। इसका मतलब है कि रोज उनको पराजय की नई नई खबरें मिलती जा रही है कि ये किला गया, ये मोहल्ला गया, ये इलाका गया, ये चाल गई, ये कॉलोनी गई, और इतने डरे हैं कि रोज उनको एक नई घोषणा लेकर के सुबह सुबह आ जाना पड़ता है, नया अनाउंसमेंट लेकर के आना पड़ता है। लेकिन अब दिल्ली की जनता को उनका ये नर्वसनेस जो है ना, इसका पूरा पता चल गया है और ये खेल भी लोग समझ गए हैं। जब जब ये आप और उसकी आपदा, आजकल नारे बुलवाते हैं, कहते फिर आएंगे फिर आएंगे, तो लोग कह रहे हैं ये फिर खाएंगे, ये फिर खाएंगे। उनका आवाज निकलते ही अंदर ऑडियंस में से आवाज आती है, वो तो कहते फिर आएंगे फिर आएंगे, और जनता बोलती है फिर खाएंगे फिर खाएंगे। हमारे बूथ के हर कार्यकर्ता के पास ये आपदा वालों की पूरी पोल पट्टी अब छुपी हुई नहीं है, पहले से है। पहले इनकी पोल खोलें और फिर अपनी उपलब्धियां बताएं। हम क्या करने वाले हैं ये एक एक घर में बैठ करके समझाएं, ऐसे चलते चलते नहीं।
जी।
अब जैसे झुग्गी बस्तियों के लिए इन्होंने क्या क्या बातें नहीं की थी, उनकी हर बात आपदा बन गई। वो कहते थे झुग्गी में मकान बनाएंगे, बार बार कहते थे, बनाए तो नहीं, उसके तो देखा भी नहीं, अब फिर से कहने लगे हम मकान बनाएंगे। अरे भाई 10 साल तो करते उसमें कुछ करने की फुर्सत नहीं मिली, गरीबों की तरफ देखा नहीं, और आज नई नई बातें कर रहे हो। भाजपा के हर बूथ कार्यकर्ता के पास तो भारत सरकार ने जो घर दिल्ली में बनाए हैं उसकी तस्वीरें हैं, जो लोग वहां रहने गए हैं उनकी वीडियो है। भाजपा की सरकार ने अलग अलग जगह जो पक्के घर झुग्गीवासियों को दिए हैं उनकी तस्वीरें आप लोगों को दिखाएं, अपने मोबाइल फोन में रखिए इसको। और वहां जो लोग रहे हैं, वो जिनकी खुशी है, उनके वीडियो उतार करके भी आपको हर एक इलाके में जाकर के दिखाना चाहिए। साथियों, बीते सालों में अलग अलग आवास योजनाओं के तहत, और जैसा अभी सुंदर जी ने बताया, दिल्ली में गरीबों के लिए 50,000 का आंकड़ा पहुंच गया है। और सुंदर जी, मैं आपको भी कहूंगा, आपने 30 कहा, अभी आंकड़ा 50 पहुंच चुका है। और इसलिए हम लोगों के लिए लेटेस्ट जानकारियां होना भी जरूरी है। लेकिन मुझे खुशी है कि आपको जानकारी है। आपदा सरकार को ये घर 50,000 घर जो बने थे, उनको सिर्फ उनको पहुंचाने थे, कागज देना था। आप मेरे कार्यकर्ता भाई बहन, मुझे तो बड़ी पीड़ा होती है, कैसे लोग हैं 11 साल में ये लोग कागज देकर के भी पुण्य नहीं कमा पाए, भलाई नहीं ले पाए, क्योंकि उनको परवाह ही नहीं थी, क्योंकि उनका पूरा ध्यान एक ही बात पर था, शीश महल बनाओ, शीश महल बनाओ, शीश महल में नए नए सपने बुनो, मौज मस्ती करो। और जरा याद करो कैसी कैसी कसमें खाई थी, गरीबों को कैसे भ्रमित किया था। आज शीश महल देख करके हर दिल्ली वासी उनके झूठ को याद कर रहा है, उनके फरेब को याद कर रहा है। जनता के साथ किए गए धोखा का ये जीता जागता सबूत है शीश महल। इनके राज में शीश महल में एक एक सामान पानी की तरह पैसा बहाया गया, और इसके बाद इन लोगों ने दिल्ली को साफ पानी के लिए तरसा दिया। महात्मा गांधी कहते थे ट्रस्टीशिप का सिद्धांत, ये जो सरकारी खजाने के पैसे हैं ना, चुने हुए लोग उसके ट्रस्टी हैं, मालिक नहीं है, लेकिन वो मालिक बनकर के शीश महल बना रहे हैं, और दिल्ली की जनता पानी के लिए तरस रही है। साफ पीने के पानी की दिल्ली में कितनी बड़ी समस्या है। आज दिल्ली में पानी माफिया, टैंकर माफिया फल फूल रहे हैं, और दिल्ली वालों के बाल बच्चे गंदा पानी पीने के लिए मजबूर हैं और बीमारी के शिकार हो रहे हैं। ये सब आप वालों की आपदा नहीं है तो क्या है? भाजपा ने हिमाचल, उत्तराखंड, जम्मू कश्मीर, ऊंचे ऊंचे पर्वतों में रहने वाले लोगों तक, राजस्थान और कच्छ के रेगिस्तान तक पीने का पानी पहुंचाया है। लेकिन दिल्ली में ये आपदा वालों को इसकी परवाह नहीं है। अगर भाजपा वहां शुद्ध पानी पहुंचा सकती है तो मैं दिल्ली वालों को विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार आते ही दिल्ली वालों के घरों में भी साफ पानी पहुंचाने का एक महाअभियान हम चलाएंगे। घर घर तक पीने का शुद्ध पानी न मिले, हम चैन से बैठने वाले नहीं हैं। साथियों, आपदा वालों ने दिल्ली की हेल्थ सर्विस को भी बर्बाद कर दिया है, उसमें भी घोटाला किया है। और भूलना नहीं है कि इन आपदा वालों ने क्या गुनाह किया था। यूपी, बिहार, उत्तराखंड, राजस्थान के जो साथी कई कई सालों से यहां सेवा करते रहे हैं, इन लोगों ने झूठ फैलाकर उनको दिल्ली से भगाने की साजिश रची। रातों रात बस पकड़ने के लिए मजबूर कर दिया गया। और आपको याद होगा वो सारे चित्र, कितनी भयंकर आपदा। ये आपदा वाले पूर्वांचल के लोगों को कितनी नफरत करते हैं, कितना जहर इनके दिलों में पड़ा है। वो कोविड के काल में दिल्ली से लोगों को जो भगाया था ना, वो बात कोई दिल्ली वासी भूलने वाला नहीं है। साथियों, भारत सरकार आपदा वालों को कई सालों से आग्रह कर रही है कि आयुष्मान योजना लागू करो। गरीब को, बुजुर्गों को 5 लाख तक मुफ्त इलाज मिलेगा, फ्री इलाज। अब उसमें भी इनके पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, देना नहीं चाहते, अहंकार बीच में आ रहा है। मैं दिल्ली वालों से कहना चाहता हूं, आयुष्मान योजना से कितना बड़ा फायदा है। अगर मान लीजिए हिंदुस्तान के किसी कोने में बहुत बड़ा चाइल्ड स्पेशलिस्ट अस्पताल है, बहुत बड़ा, मानो तमिलनाडु में है, और आपके परिवार के किसी बच्चे को ट्रीटमेंट चाहिए, अगर आयुष्मान कार्ड होगा तो आपके बच्चे की ट्रीटमेंट मुफ्त हो जाएगी। लेकिन ये आपदा वाले जो बातें करते हैं, जो अड़ंगा डाल करके रोक करके बैठे हैं, आपका बच्चे का क्या हाल होगा ईश्वर जाने। अगर आप व्यापार के काम के लिए गए हैं, पढ़ने के लिए गए हैं, कहीं कोई मुसीबत आ गई, बीमार हो गए, तो वहां की अस्पताल भी आपको मुफ्त में इलाज करेगी, क्योंकि आपके पास कार्ड है। लेकिन यही कार्ड, आयुष्मान कार्ड, ये आपदे वाले घुसने नहीं देते। क्यों? उनको दिल्ली के लोगों की परवाह नहीं है। साथियों, मुझे पक्का विश्वास है कि अब पूरी शक्ति एक एक मतदाता पर केंद्रित करिए। हर बूथ में 10 कार्यकर्ता, 15 कार्यकर्ता, 20 कार्यकर्ता की टोली बनाइए, 2-2 कार्यकर्ताओं की एक टीम बनाइए, हर टीम को 10-10 परिवार का जिम्मा दे दीजिए, और अब 5 फरवरी तक उनको उस 10 परिवार पर ही ध्यान केंद्रित करना चाहिए। अगर पूरे पोलिंग बूथ के हर परिवार को आपने ऐसे काम बांट दिया, तो आने वाले 10-15 दिन में उनका इतना परिचय गहरा हो जाएगा, तो वो मतदान भी सुबह सुबह करवा पाएंगे। चलिए, काफी बातें की आपके साथ, आइए अगले अपने किसी साथी के साथ बात करते हैं। अब कौन बात करेगा मेरे से?
नमस्कार प्रधानमंत्री जी।
नमस्ते भैया।
मेरा नाम रवि कुमार है। मैं
रवि
मॉडल
जी,
टाउन
नमस्ते।
विधानसभा से नमस्ते। मैं मॉडल टाउन विधानसभा से बूथ नंबर 10 का अध्यक्ष हूँ।
करते क्या है भैया?
मैं एक ड्राइक्लीन कंपनी है, उसके अंदर व्यवसाय करता हूँ।
अच्छा अच्छा, तो आप सच्चे अर्थ में सफाई का काम कर रहे हैं?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
तो फिर आप दिल्ली की सफाई की बारी आई है हमारे सबके जिम्मे।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
जो बर्बादी की है। अच्छा देखिए रवि जी,
हाँ जी,
आप तो जानते हैं भाजपा ने मध्यम वर्ग को, मिडिल क्लास को देश की इकोनॉमी की रीढ़ माना है।
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge 50 Pro, world's first AI-powered pro-grade camera.
The Punjab police versus the Delhi police. The Delhi police has written to the Punjab police in order to follow protocols when it comes to VIPs entering the national capital just ahead of the elections. Ex-ally, this is the ex-ally Congress that's sharpening its attack. As far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, it's Ajay Markan that is meeting out at the Congress party. Congress's Ajay Markan is meeting out at Arvind Kejriwal for that CAG report that has suggested that health benefits which were given by the centre to the Aam Aadmi Party, those benefits were not used, and where really has that money gone? Mumbai's police reaches the actor Saif Ali Khan's residence and speaks with the members of Saif Ali Khan. Saif Ali Khan is yet to give a statement as to what really transpired that unfortunate night. Southern states versus the centre of the UGC. It's the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister batting for the state's right, saying that the Chief Minister must really be the Chancellor of the universities.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip at the spiritual Sangam, a sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025.
Well, I'm in Altadena. This is one of the worst hit areas. When disaster strikes, NDTV World brings you exclusive on-the-ground reports straight from the heart of the action.
A neighborhood in Los Angeles that has been devastated by fire.
I just received an emergency alert extreme which has come on my phone.
Stay tuned for NDTV World's in-depth coverage as we bring you the real stories from Los Angeles.
This is the Altadena area, and there are still fires and there's a lot of smoke in the area. These houses completely gutted.
This is reporting that matters only on NDTV World.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India